What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lex Alexis and the 3 p.m. kickoff. We have got the scrolling fixtures back as well. We've managed to fix pretty much everything to get it back to the traditional format I had in the 3 p.m. watch-alongs. We've got an abundance amount of games to go over. So as you can see, the Premier League and the Championship games are going to be scrolling from left to right. So that is basically my own Vidi printer pretty much, and it'll keep everyone up to date with everything that is going on. Blue Terrier, thank you so much for the support right at the start of the stream. I've got so much indigestion, I don't know why. But I'm just going to get everything sorted quickly. If I can even find my own channel at this point. Where is it? But thank you everyone for yesterday, for the support in the last stream. Definitely there was some things a bit suspicious with the viewers at some stage, but it actually ended off pretty well. To get 1,700 views in that is actually really good going, and it's all thanks to you guys, so thank you guys so much for that. I've already pinned the comment from Blue Terrier. We'll just wait for a couple more people to go. I think clearly people didn't think I was going to stream at this time, but I have been good today. I have been able to get well prepared. I think everything's positioned how I want it. I'm just being very pedantic now. And yeah, I think I'm completely satisfied. Right, let's get this show started. So what we're going to do in the next 25 minutes, we're going to preview all of the games taking place in 3 o'clock. Premier League, Championship, we'll look at League 1 and League 2 also. Where's Gatsby? I'm not too sure. I saw him this morning, but I think he's outside. He'll be outside getting some rest probably, which he really doesn't need, but he's having it anyway. Right, so the news first just broke out really for the Premier League. We've had our first result of the Premier League for this weekend. Merseyside derby, Everton, Liverpool. It has ended in a 0-0 draw. It's another draw for Everton. It is, as you can see here, their 4th draw in 6, and because of that, Everton are 14th place in the table, only with 2 defeats so far this season. Actually, losing to Aston Villa and Chelsea, and then since then they've had 4 draws in a row, which is that good for Everton? 3 of us was 1 more draws, and the other one was a 0-0 draw with Liverpool there. It's another non-win for Liverpool. Only 2 wins and 6 so far this season. 3 draws for them and 1 defeat, which was caused against Manchester United there. If you see the attacking momentum, you see Liverpool had more of it, but it doesn't mean to say that Everton weren't close to getting anything. I mean, 23 shots to 14, 8 shots on target to 3. Everton did have a goal disallowed, Connor Cody scoring, but his goal was disallowed. I will be interested to see why it was disallowed, because I couldn't watch it live, it was on BT Sport. And there was potentially a red card offence that should have been awarded to Liverpool as well. I think it may have been, I don't know if it was Fabinho. Who got booked for Liverpool? Fabinho, or could have been Van Dijk actually. Van Dijk having a really poor tackle with his studs up there. I'm sure people that have watched BT will probably know more than me. But look at that, Pickford with a 9.1 rating. So he really performed today, as you can see from here. There's the goal cancelled from Connor Cody there, which VAR had to deal with. That would have given Everton's first win of the season, and it would have been Liverpool's 2nd defeat of the season had it stayed 1-0 to Everton. 9 corners to 7, 3 offsides to 2, 11 fouls there. 1 big chance missed for Everton, as you can see. Liverpool hitting the woodwork 3 times. 20 shots inside the box and 0 goals. It does not make for good reading there. So that's pretty much everything that I needed to talk about this game. Liverpool now in 5th, Everton up to 14th. So for the Premier League, we've got 6 games, I believe, taking place in 3 o'clock. Let's cover them alphabetically. Let's look at Brentford Leeds first, and we'll preview that. Gary Medina has received a 3-match ban for violent conduct. Yes, I did hear about that. I saw the tweet this morning about it. It was I didn't see what it was, but I did hear about the news there. I was doing my Premier League predictions and I forgot about the early game for everyone not gained any points from it. Okay, fair enough. And I think Manish did the same thing as well, actually. Charlie, welcome to the stream. We're starting to get a couple of people now. Because I was saying I was going to stream at 2:40, but once again, able to start a little bit earlier. Now, I will say I'm a little bit more tired than normal because I did work for 3 hours this morning, but I'm hoping to still produce the amount of excitement that I do tend to do when watching these games. What I do got to do is catch up with the Premier League prediction league because after the 3 p.m. stream, I'll be 2 game weeks behind. So that'll be my priority to get sorted after that. And would I stream the Middlesbrough Sunderland game tomorrow? I am deeply considering it. Anyway, Brentford Leeds is the first game that I will preview since they're first alphabetically. Teams are as follows. So Brentford got David Raya, Henry, Ben Mee, Janssen, Hickey as the back four, Jensen, Janelt, Shannon Baptiste, Mbomo, Ivan Tony, and Keane Lewis Potter starting. I've not seen Keane Lewis Potter start many games. Maybe it's his first start. For Leeds, you got Meslier, I think that's how you say his name. I learned how to say it now. Strojcic with Lorente, Robin Koch. Cody Drummond, we know him. He was at Cardiff on loan last year, so making his first start in this game. Tyler Adams, Mark Roca in that midfield double there. Jack Harrison, Brendan Harrison, Luis Sinstera, and Joe Gelhardt up front. Of course, they don't have Dan James now Leeds. He's obviously gone to Fulham on loan, which we will cover Fulham pretty soon actually, since they're also playing 3 o'clock against Spurs. Let's go to the next team alphabetically, which I say is my team, Chelsea West Ham. I've already been following many news outlets on Chelsea. I already know we're going for a change of formation. 5 changes from the game against Southampton. Lots of changes. So, Mendy in goal, Koulibaly, Silva and Fofana making his debut. Back three with Cucurella, Reece James being the wing backs. You've got a midfield three of Kovacic, Gallagher and Loftus-Cheek. I'm surprised Gallagher's been given another game, honestly. But I really hope he proves me wrong. You know, that red card against Leicester probably should have been the tipping point, but I don't know. Maybe Tuchel's seen something in him, but also we are clutching the straws. I think Jorginho needed to be dropped as well, so I'm glad in the sense that he's not playing. No Mount either, which I almost think is quite encouraging as well. And no Havertz. I think they both needed to get dropped. Sterling and Pulisic to start off at front. And as you can see, I mean, Reece James doubtful, but he's still actually playing in the squad. There's Havertz. Broja, who signed a new contract, is on the bench. Mount on the bench. Chilwell on the bench. Jorginho, Azpilicueta, who are all poor, are on the bench. So Tuchel making it clear he wasn't pleased about our performance against Southampton there. For West Ham, you've got Fabianski, Palmieri with Kurt Zouma, Kehrer with Kufal, Declan Rice, Suchek, Pablo Fornals, Paqueta, who is West Ham's brand new signing. He will be starting with Jarrod Bowen and Mikel Antonio up front. So to look at the current standings, as you can see, Chelsea 10th, only 2 wins in our opening 5 games, which is not great, and 2 defeats as well. West Ham have lost 3 out of their 5 games with only 1 win so far, although they've actually picked up all 4 of their points in their last 2 games. So West Ham are slowly but surely improving their form. I thought Borough was Monday. Oh, was it Monday? Was it a Monday kickoff? I need to double check on that. Thank you for making me making me check. Right. Come on, Bournemouth, says Blue Terrier. I don't know. It could be me being stupid, honestly. I don't know. You might be right. You know. I'm just gonna double check. It is Monday. Yeah, ignore me. It is a Monday night game. I could do that. It would just mean I'm really tired from work. Right. So it could mean I might stream another game. What do I do? Okay. I mean, I'm sure there's many things I could do there. Next game to preview in the Premier League, at least, is going to be, if I know my alphabet, Newcastle Crystal Palace. Let's check lineups first. So, Newcastle starting quite well, although they had their first defeat of the season recently when they lost out against Liverpool, which has seen them fall down to top and actually winless in their last 4. Newcastle, they do need to improve that at the moment. Palace with only one win so far this season. In fact, both Newcastle and Palace have only had one win so far this season. So Newcastle have got Nick Pope, Matt Targett, Sharp with Botman, with Kieran Trippier in the back four. Joelinton, Sean Longstaff, Joe Willock in the midfield three, Ryan Fraser, Alexander Isak making another start, and Miguel Almiron in the right hand side. Palace have got Gaeta in goal with Ty Mitchell, with Gueye, Joaquin Anderson, Joe Ward, Jeffrey Schlupp, Czech Decore, Eberechi Eze, Jordan Ayew, Mateta, and Wilfried Zaha. Zaha's having a really good start to the season so far. Elise on the bench, Will Hughes on the bench, Eberway on the bench, Edward. Palace have got a really good team, I've got to say. I think they are under the radar a lot of the time, how good their team is. Let's now go to Forest and Bournemouth. A huge game for both teams, really. I think both teams would really want to win right now. Forest are dropping a bit like a stone. 16th place they're currently in the table. Bournemouth 17th. So it's 16th versus 17th. If any of them lose, it could see them in the bottom three by the end of this day. Forest's team looks like this. You have got Dean Henderson, Lodi, with a 5.4 rating. Jeez. Steve McKenna, Steve Cook, Joe Worrell, Neko Williams, Ryan Yates, Cheku Kuyate, Jesse Lingard, Morgan Gibbs-White, and Brennan Johnson. What does their bench look like? They've got Hennessy, Biancon, Willie Bully, their new signing on deadline day, Colback, Freuler, Harry Topolo, O'Brien, Anuri, and Emmanuel Dennis. Here's Bournemouth's team. You've got Neto. Okay, so Travers is being dropped in goal. You've got Zamora, Kelly, Metham, Adam Smith, Christie, Lerma, Cook, Tavernier, and you've got a front two of Billing and Solanke. Unusual formation, but I think it's Gary O'Neill. Yeah, Gary O'Neill, who's managing this team at the moment. There's Travers. You've got Sensei, Stacey, Frederick, Stevens, Marcondes, Silky Dembele, who's heavily linked actually for a move back down to the Championship, but he's still at Bournemouth. Kiefer Moore and Jaden Anthony, who I'd love to see more, honestly, Jaden Anthony at the moment. Their signings looking like that they are injured at the moment, including the likes of Joe Rothwell at the moment. What is everyone's thoughts so far? Thoughts on Lee's chances today? I think it'll be a decent chance. I think, whilst Brentford will be a tough game, I think both will play out a very competitive game. I've gone for a draw, but it doesn't mean that one of the teams won't win. So I definitely think it'll be a decent game overall. Right, okay, so we have got to cover Spurs and Fulham. Let's do that now. What I'll do, I'll cover the Premier League games and then we'll cover the Championship games a little bit later. So this is the team for Spurs and Fulham. You have got Lloris, Longley with Eric Dyer, Christian Romero, Emerson, Royale, Højbjerg, Bentancur, Sessegnon, Heung-min Son, Richarlison, and Harry Kane. Richarlison and Son are playing together. Okay, no Kulusevski, which is interesting. There he is on the bench with Basuma, Skip, Perisic, Doherty, with Sanchez, Davies, Tanganga, and Fraser Forster over there. Fulham's team looks like this with Bernd Leno, Anthony Robinson, Tim Reen, Adara Bayoyo, with Teti, Harrison Reed, Polinia, Neeskens Cabano, Pereira, Bobby Reed, and Nez Mitrovic, the man in form at the moment, starting up front. Rodak on the bench with Duffy, Diop, Mbabu, Kearney, Chalobah. Here's their new signing, Willian. Also Dan James on the bench as well, and Carlos Vinicius. I say Fulham have actually got a team that can survive in the Prem looking at it now, which I'm really pleased that they've built a decent squad for that now. And final game to go over, Wolves Southampton. I'm not too meaningful about this, although we have got a debut for Kaledovic, one of their new signings from the Bundesliga on deadline day. Jose Sarr, Nui with Nathan Codis, Killman, Otto, Moutinho, Neves, Nunes there, Neto and Podence playing alongside with them there. Southampton got Bazunu, Herard, Saliso, Bella Kotchap, Walker Peters, Diallo, Ward-Prowse, Enuisi, Joe Aribo, Adam Armstrong, and Che Adams. Some people keeping their eyes on Southampton this season because they have produced some really good results. Larios, their new signings on the bench, Maitland-Niles, and also recent signing also on the bench too. So that is all of the Premier League games previewed at the moment. Oh my. Wow. I was just seeing Celtic Rangers. So if you're wondering, it's ended Celtic 4, Rangers 0. So Rangers fans would not be enjoying that at the moment. Right, we'll go back to this just so I can give my brain a little bit of a rest at the moment. We'll cover the championship squads in a minute. I've just done the Premier League ones there. How is everyone doing today? Is everyone excited for this 3 p.m. watch along? I know I'm certainly excited for the watch along there. I want to be doing a little bit more for the prediction league at the moment. You know, I've got 3 points at the moment, and I definitely want to be bigging, more points about that there. If you have Pickford in your FPL in the money, yeah. So, Liverpool says OG Games there. Yeah, Kai, I mean, yeah, we were clearly watching the same thing there, Charlie. That's why you were laughing. Yeah, I did see that. Honestly, I am upset now I didn't have Pickford in my FPL now. We got robbed, says OG Games. Well, I did know about the Cody disallowed goal. I did know about that. I need to see it again. And potentially Van Dijk, I think, had a yellow card, which could have been a red card. Yes, OG Game says VVD should have been off. That's what I've been seeing on Twitter. And I'll definitely be watching the highlights. Afterwards. Oh, predict which team will score first in the championship. Right, okay. That's a prediction and a half. Right, okay. Let's see what games we've got in the championship. In fact, I might as well show you on Catcher. So we have got Norwich, Coventry, Rotherham, Watford, Swansea, QPR, Blackburn, Bristol City, Luton, Wigan, Millwall, Cardiff, Preston, Birmingham. So those are the... We've only got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've only got 7 games playing today for the championship. Excuse me. I am tempted to say Rotherham, you know. They can score an early goal. Swansea might get one. And then throw their lead away. Bristol City can easily score an early goal. I don't know. Definitely, I don't think Millwall, Cardiff or Preston and Birmingham. I think they will take a little bit longer to get the game started. Luton, Wigan, maybe. Not sure. This might be another one that might not go into life so yet. Blackburn, Bristol City, I think will have goals. I'm actually going to throw a shock. I'm going to say Rotherham. I think Rotherham will score the first goal. I think they'll take a shock lead against Watford, and then Watford will have to try and claw back into it. Solo Drive, welcome to the stream. He has said 4-0 to Norwich against Coventry. Sargent hat-trick, 2 goals first half for him, then another, and a goal lead to get the 4th. Wow, so literally almost every position on the pitch getting the goal there. Interesting. In fact, let's actually cover the championship now since I'm on this capture. Let's do first Blackburn, Bristol City, since it's the first alphabetically. Only 8 minutes, right? Yeah, definitely need to cover these games now. Who's the poor soul watching Preston versus Birmingham? Because it's almost going to be guaranteed another 0-0 draw. It's not McAnally. He's watching Blackburn, Bristol City. Probably made it adamant that he didn't want to watch Preston again. Let's look at the teams first, but Blackburn, Bristol City. In fact, let's just look where they are. So it's 5th versus 7th. So it could be looked as a top 6 clash here. A little bit here. It's Neil Mellor watching Preston, Birmingham. Of course, the former Preston player. With Blackburn, you have got, you've got Kaminsky in goal. You've got Pickering, Hyam, Carter, Travis, Wharton, Morton, Ben, Brereton, Diaz, who will be a Blackburn player, for at least the rest of this season. Bradley Dack, Ryan Edges, and George Hurst making his first start for the team. Pears, Phillips, Mola, Edun, and Buckley, Vale, and Tyrese Dolan all on the bench. Bristol City squad looks like this. You've got Dan Bentley, Naismith, Atkinson, Viner, Mark Sykes, Matty James, Alex Scott, Jay De Silva, Andre Vyman, Tommy Conway, and Naki Wells. No start for Semenyo, which just goes to show how good their attacking squad is. There's Semenyo there with Martin, Joe Williams, Andy King. It is a really good team, Bristol City. I've got to say, I think Bristol City have now started to develop a really good attacking team. It's now a question whether that back 3 or back 5 is going to keep clean sheets for Bristol City, because it has cost them their times their defence, but on the whole they've been quite good going forward at the moment. Think next game to actually go over is, I believe, Luton Wigan. Just checking the alphabet. Yep, Luton Wigan next. Luton 14th, Wigan 18th. Both would want to get another win on their belts, especially Wigan with only one win in 6 so far this season. Luton's team looks like this. We've got Horvath, Potts, Lockyer, Osho there with James Bree and Amari Bells, the wing backs with Jordan Clark, Freeman, Alan Campbell is number 10 position with Carlton Morris and Elijah Adebayo up front. You've got Bradley, Macy, Berry, Anya Deem on the bench, Jerome, Woodrow and Cornick, some good players on the bench. I'm noticing Cornick's not starting many games. Wigan's top squad looks like this with Ben Amos, Curtis Tilt, Watmore, Jason Kerr, Nyambe, Max Power, the captain, Callum Lang, James McLean, Josh McGuinness, and Will Keane up front. Jones, Edmonds Green, brand new transfer for Wigan, is on the bench. Bennett, Asgard's there, there's Graham Shinnie, Broadhead, and there's Ashley Fletcher, not a recent signing for them as well. Next is Millwall Cardiff. Let's see what teams we've got here. Oh, okay. I'm just looking at which commentators are where and where. We've got some really good games in League One actually, which I'll show you in a minute. Millwall 19th, Cardiff 17th. Both teams definitely need an improvement. Both have won 2 of their opening 7, but defeats though. 4 defeats for Millwall, 3 for Cardiff. Definitely at the moment, I feel like they've been kind of disguised with their bad start to the season so far. Now, Bielkowski, Jake Cooper, Hutchinson, Murray Wallace. There's the big one. One I didn't talk a lot about in my transfer deadline day, but Callum Styles is officially a Millwall player. And I'm really intrigued to see how he gets on now. Mitchell, Shackleton, Saville, Zian Fleming, Todd Bradshaw, and Vogelsammer is starting for Millwall there. Long, Cresswell, Malone, McNamara, Afobe, Burry, and Honeyman on the bench. Cardiff's team looks like this. You've got also Nkuku with Kipre, Perry and G, Marlon Romeo, Sawyers, Wintle, Rena Motta, Philogene Bides, Max Walters and Shea Ojo on the bench. You've got White, Harris, Robinson. There's their brand new deadline day signing, Callum Robinson. Thomas Sang, Joe Walls and Jack Simpson and Alwick in goal there. Next, I believe, is Preston. Yeah, Preston. I will tell you what, we're running out of time. Only 4 minutes left till kickoff. Let's just quickly read some comments. Gerhard hat-trick incoming there. James Fee says Middlesbrough there. No, I'm not, guys. I'm Chelsea Colchester. You know how it works. Right, line up quickly for Preston Birmingham. So you've got Woodman, Cunningham, Lindsay, and Story pretty much being the same back three for the whole season. Whiteman, Brady, Brown, McCann, Brad Potts, Reece Jacobson, and Troy Power. If they get a clean sheet, Preston, they will have the joint longest clean sheet record at the start of the season alongside with Portsmouth. You've got Ruddy, Trusty, Roberts, Sanderson, Colan, Bielik and Chong making their first starts for Birmingham with Graham, Bakuna, Hogan and Deeney. That is Birmingham's squad. Birmingham have at least tried to strengthen in their midfield position actually. There's Medbury on the bench. You've got George Hall, James, Josh Williams and Etheridge here. Now we can cover Norwich and Coventry I should have covered already. Can't do my alphabet clearly. So there's Tim Krul in goal for Norwich. You've got Sam Byron, Graham Hanley, Omar Babideli, who scored his first goal for Norwich this season quite recently. Aaron's Todd Cantwell is starting with Nunez, McLean, Ramsey, Timo Pukki and Josh Sargent. They're both starting together. This is an intriguing formation there. Gunn, Gibson, Ono Hernandez, Sarah, Dow, Sinani and Hugo on the bench. Very attacking team from Norwich there. Coventry have gone for Wilson, Bidwell, Doyle making another start with Vaccine, with Rose, Dabo, Gustavo Hamer, Kessie Palmer, Ben Sheave, Jamie Allen, and Tyler Walker up front. Okay. There's no Matt Godden, no Martin Wackel, no Gyökeres. That is intriguing, I've got to say. Tavares, Eccles, Eccles needs to be dropped, I've got to say. Panzo's also on the bench as well, and there's Simon Moore. Rotherham and Watford running out of time. So Rotherham 12th, Watford 4th. Let's see if Watford can stay in the top 6. Rotherham have got Johansson, Peltier, Richard Wood, Wes Harding, Barlaser, Bramall, Benoit, Rathbone, Norton, Cuffy, Ogbene, and Connor Washington. On the bench, you've got McCart, Ferguson, High, Lindsay, Georgie Kelly, and Tom Eves. With Watford, you have got Daniel Batman, Kafka, House, Cabaselli, Kamara, Kayembe, Esprillo, Chowdhury, Samer, Isabayo and João Pedro. Very strong team, although there is no Ismail Assar. Is Ismail Assar even on the bench? Unless I'm blind. Yeah, no Ismail Assar. He's not there. There's Keenan Davis, but there's no Ismail Assar on the bench. He must have got an injury or something. I can't see him at all. Okay, I'm a bit surprised about that. Anyway, it's nearly kickoff, so I've got to hurry up here. And I think I've only got Swansea QPR left to cover. So, QPR 9th, but Swansea 21st. If they lose, they've got a real risk of being in the bottom three after this weekend. So, lineups, Swansea, I've got this to try and get the first win. Bender in goal. Wow, okay, interesting. So, a changing goalkeeper. Fisher's been dropped with Manning, Cabango, Nathan Wood, Carl Norton, Sorinola, Joe Allen, Matt Grimes, Oliver Cooper, Joel Pirro, and Jamie Patterson. And there's no Obafemi on the bench. Yeah, there is no Obafemi on the bench. Okay. QPR squad looks like this with Dieng, Powell, Jimmy Dunn, Dickey, Laird, Johansson, Field, Dozzle, Willock, Dykes, and Ilias Chair. Gosh, they have got the two big boys playing. Archer, Kai Balogun, Adoma, I can't say that name, I'm really sorry. Tyler Roberts and Sinclair Armstrong. Right, with 30 seconds to spare, I've covered all the championship teams. Here's the tables. Sheffield United and Burnley occupying the top places. Norwich, if they win, they'll go up to the top of the championship. And we could see a couple of teams sneaking in there. Some changes could happen in the bottom three as well. That is all we'll cover in the championship. And kickoff is just about to start. Am I watching the Chelsea game? I will be keeping eyes on it. Unfortunately, it's not played live, and I've not got like iFollow and stuff like that to watch every single game. What's the light goal? Good question. I mean, I've got 30 likes, which is the traditional light goal so far. How are we actually doing? We're on 8 likes at the moment. Guys, could we try and get to 20 likes before 3:10 maybe? So 12 likes in 10 minutes. Is that possible? So guys, if you've not liked the stream yet, please do hit that like button. It really, really does help the growth of this channel. It really, really does help. And if you've not hit the subscribe button either, please also do that as well. We're on 1,384. So we've dropped down a little bit from yesterday, which doesn't come as a surprise. But we're 16 away from 1,400. So we can easily get to 1,400 today. So guys, if you've not hit that subscribe button, please do so. All of that really, really does help the growth of this channel. 20 likes, yeah. Dara says Norwich will beat us 4-0. A lot of Coventry fans are not confident, is fair to say there. Gordon and Gyökeres dropped. Yeah, Tyler Walker starting as well, which definitely is quite interesting. I'll give them that. I'm just going to quickly show you the League One, not all League One games, but there's some really good League One games playing today as well, which I thought I would share to you as well. Derby Plymouth, great game. Portsmouth Peterborough is the big one for me, and Sheffield Wednesday Barnsley. Those 3 games are incredible, so I'll be keeping a close eye on them. I'm going to ask you guys, where do you think the first goal is going to be scored in the EFL, so in the top 4 leagues? I'm going to go for a random League One team, I think. I'm going to go for, I don't know, I'll go for Exeter to score against MK Dons first. I don't know, but that's what I'll be predicting for the first goal in the EFL. Birmingham third minute, says Jack. Tom says Portsmouth to get the first goal. I don't know if he's actually predicting that or that's actually happened. If that has actually happened, that's a big goal. Because Portsmouth are currently top of League One at the moment. It could have been Ipswich top of League One if they knew how to put the ball in the back of the net when they needed to, when they fell behind. Well, not fell behind. When they threw their lead twice against Barnsley. We never win when Dawson commentates. Oh, we're already putting the commentator's curse there now. I mean, I got Darren Bent on mine once, so I don't know if we are going to get there. James Fee is still promoting a like target. We're on 9 likes now, so we're 11 away from 20. Can we get that? Can we get to 20 in the next 8 minutes? It's definitely possible. So guys, if you've not hit the like button yet, please do so. It really, really does help. Well, that will really, really help the growth of this channel. John says Rotherham to lose 4-1 to Watford. That would be a big result for Rotherham if they do manage to get it. Yeah, Charlie's just like, he's got some voodoo stuff against Sky when Dawson commentates, I swear. Right, need to check League 2 as well. We've got a couple. Okay, we finally have a goal. Right, okay. We've got a goal, and it's come in League 2. Salford City taking the lead against Crawley. It's just appeared on the video printer as well. Callum Hendry with the first goal. Salford 1-0 down, and actually, what was I going to say? Yeah, so Salford lost their top goal scorer, Thomas Asante. He scored the equalising goal for West Brom yesterday. So it's going to be interesting to see how Salford cope without him. But Salford having a great start to the season. If it stays that way and they win this game, they will be second place, since they did lose their first game quite recently. But they will be only 1 point behind Leyton Orient as it stands. So, great results so far for Salford with a 1-0 lead at the moment. Callum Hendry and two-way with the assist. That is the first goal of EFL. We've got our first goal in League 1 as well. And brilliant timing, actually, because it's Bolton and Charlton that have got the first goal. Scott Fraser getting the goal for Charlton Athletic. And Charlton have been a team really under the radar. They've been doing quite well so far, Charlton. They are currently in the top 6. Bolton have got expectations to try and get up there in that top 6. Had a promising start, Bolton, but now with 3 defeats, very, very recently actually, I don't know their form, but now with 3 defeats, if I look at that back-to-back defeats for Bolton, and currently this will be 3 defeats in a row for Bolton if it stays that way. So Charlton take an early away lead, and it is Scott Fraser, and that will put Charlton in the top 6. Those are the current goals so far. None in the Championship for what I can see. We're even waiting for all the games to kick off. Mill, Cardiff, Swansea, QPR, Rotherham, Watford all still need to try and kick off there. In fact, this is helpful. All the kicked off games will be on one screen, so I don't have to flick between. And it looks like all the kick-off games are going to be on one screen as well. So none for the Premier League, none for the Championship. We're only waiting for Rotherham and Watford to kick off now. We've got a goal. That's a huge goal in the top of the table clash between Portsmouth and Peterborough. Peterborough have taken the lead. I don't know who scored a goal. I caught it very quickly, but I didn't see who scored. Portsmouth looking unstoppable with 4 wins in a row. Peterborough having a decent start, 3 wins, but sandwiched in with 2 defeats. That's a very early goal for Peterborough. I know it's gone back to 0-0, but I think it will go back to Peterborough taking the lead unless it was a disallowed goal. I will look at that. Don't pretend that I didn't see that, Peterborough. I know what Saber Score's like. We're trying to get a goal. Did I not say the first goal will go to Rotherham? It has! Oh my god! Okay, so Rotherham has scored the first goal in the Championship, and Peterborough have taken the lead against Peterborough. It's Jack Marriott who scored. Johnson Clark-Harris with the goal. How am I so excited that Rotherham has scored first? So Northampton have also scored in League 2, and it is Sam Hoskins who has scored there. But let's talk the moment where I Mystic Megged the first goal in this game, and it's gone to Rotherham and Watford. I know it's not showing, but if you watch Sky, you should see that Rotherham have taken the lead. It is Richard Wood with the goal. And they have started really, really well, Rotherham, in this game, as they tend to do. So, 1-0 to Rotherham. How about that, guys? Charlie said it's Smooth Smith. Yeah, the Dawson curse has been broke, says Charlie there. Yeah, it's Smooth Smith commentating you there, because Michael Dawson's commentating Forest and Bournemouth. No Sarr in the Watford team. Wasn't he there in the midweek game, though? I don't know. I'm almost certain he was, but yeah, no sign of him there. So it's definitely worth noting down. I got to remember actually that I've got this to cater as well. So anytime a championship and Premier League goal goes in, I've got to update the result here. Right, they're going to talk about Portsmouth and Peterborough. I've actually just noticed I made a mistake. Hang on a minute. So that's sorted. So the only goal in the Championship so far going into the New York Stadium. Rotherham starting very well again. A 1-0 lead. So Chesterfield taking the lead against Oldham in the National League. I think it's Spurs versus Fulham there. Nothing at the moment there. John S says Rotherham 1-0. Yes, Richard Wood getting the first goal in that game. Let's actually see if we can show it. Right, finally they're showing Rotherham Watford, but they're clearly behind because Rotherham should be on 3 wins so far. There we go. They've updated it finally. They're still taking forever. So Rotherham, with that win of this lead, take them into the top 6, and Watford drop down to 9th following this at the moment. Richard Wood getting the goal. And Wes Harding with the assist. Okay, fair play to him. Always a very stable championship player, Wes Harding there. Richard Wood, who has made the recent move from Birmingham to Rotherham there, gets a goal for Rotherham. Charlie is urging Leeds to keep pushing there. My phone keeps buzzing. I don't know why. I don't know why people want to talk to me now. Right, so guys, if you've not liked the stream yet, please do like the stream. We're 2 minutes away from 3:10, and we're still on 9 likes. So guys, if you've not liked the stream, please do hit the like button there. Let's go for 15 likes maybe by we've only got 1 minute to that. Let's try and get to 10 likes before 3:10. So guys, if you've not liked the stream, please do so. It really, really does help the growth of this channel when you do that. It really, really does help. And if you've not hit the subscribe button either, that also really helps as well. From 1,384, we're 16 subscribers away from 1,400, which will be a really good achievement for today. So guys, that's our targets. We need to get to at least 30 likes and 1,400 subs. If we can get there, that would be incredible for this channel. But thank you guys, as always, for the support. Who's Gatsby? He's my ginger cat who's featured for quite a lot of my streams, but he's not featured today, and he's the star of the show. So when there's no Gatsby, you know, everyone gets upset. But he's not here at the moment. I think he's outside. Jack's just put Oxford, which tells me that Oxford may have scored. Have they scored? So they're playing against Burton. I don't see the video printer being updated at the moment there. So looks like he's just randomly said Oxford there. I don't know if I don't think I was reading chat, to be honest. Wait, there's a Premier League goal. We have a goal. Oh. It's offside. Right. Who's offside? Right, that's a bit of a harsh offside decision against Spurs there. Spurs thought they got the lead against Fulham, but disallowed for offside due to Harry Kane being in line with the goalkeeper there. We have a second goal in a game between Bolton and Charlton. It's a 1-1 game now. Connor Bradley getting the equaliser. Iredale getting the assist. This game looking like that it's going to be a typical classic League One game. I'm really intrigued to see the result of Sheffield Wednesday Barnsley. I think that will be interesting. Derby Plymouth will be a great game. Accrington is the team that Ipswich have got to travel to, and they'll be looking at Portsmouth losing now, and you know, Ipswich will be thinking, okay, a win for us will be doing us very nicely, because a win for Ipswich now as it stands will put them at the top of the table. Peterborough currently overtaking Ipswich since they are beating Portsmouth themselves. If you're wondering about Colchester, they are playing, I believe, against Hartlepool. Yes. So we've got a 0-0 draw currently at the moment there. There's another goal in League One. Shrewsbury have taken the lead against Forest Green. That's right. Forest Green struggling a little bit recently, conceding quite a fair few goals. I can't find the game. It's okay. It's not been shown. There we go. Finally, we're able to see the goal. It is Rykel Pike with the goal to make it 1-0 to Shrewsbury. And yeah, Shrewsbury need this right now because they're 20th in the table, but Forest Green struggling themselves. They're also in 22nd. A red card between Fleetwood and Wickham. As you can see, Wickham with the red card. Gareth McCleary sent off in the 10th minute due to violent conduct. And look at this. Fleetwood have actually gone through a little unbeaten run. Yes, it's only one win in those 5 unbeaten games, but because of that, Fleetwood are in a pretty decent 14th place in the table. Maybe Scott Brown's not doing a bad job as we expected him to do. Still no goals in the Premier League. The only game with a goal in the Championship so far is for Rotherham there. We've got a goal in League 2. Stockport have taken the lead against recently relegated AFC Wimbledon. It is Fraser Horsfall with the goal, with Southern getting the goal. Oh, the assist, sorry. What a name that is. Chesterfield are taking a quick 2-goal lead against Oldham. They are going to be the favourites to go up in National League so far this year. I think Chesterfield are still currently top of the table. I think Wrexham are not far behind, but I think Chesterfield are leading the pack at the moment. They're looking like they're strong favourites under Paul Cook there. Again, flooded with goal notifications over the score. Yes. Gateshead 1-0 up. Yes. Imagine being sent off inside 12 minutes. Well, Chelsea got down to 10 men in around 25, 30 minutes, and we still were able to cope with that. So it's not impossible, but goodness me. Bristol Rovers and Morecambe have got a goal in their game, and the goal has gone to the away side. It is Morecambe who have taken the lead against Bristol Rovers. Jensen Weir, who's been scoring quite a few goals recently for Morecambe, has taken another goal here, just to show you what he's actually done, Jensen Weir, so far this season. He has, as you see, he scored the only goal for Morecambe against Oxford there, scored in the league trophy there, and scored another goal here. We have a goal at Carrow Road, and a lot of people predicting Norwich to beat Coventry. It probably shouldn't come as a surprise, but Norwich have taken the lead. And who else? Well, I said who else. It is finally Teemu Pukki. He has finally got a goal. His first goal of this season. He got a goal contribution in their 2-1 win in midweek against Birmingham. But this is his finally his first goal of this season. It's taken him quite a bit of time, but Pukki is now finally getting the goals. Teemu Pukki, Man City era, says Tom there. Keep us updated with Chelmsford. I will, actually. I need to double check who Chelmsford are playing today, actually. I've actually not been able to... I must confess, I've not even really been able to look into it. Yes, there are some goals going into League 2. In fact, a bit of news. Gillingham down to 10 men. Okay, I don't know why they're talking about Wolves and Southampton. Literally nothing's happening in this game so far. Yeah, Gillingham down to 10 men. Who's been sent off? It is Minoga with 2 yellow cards in 4 minutes. Not good whatsoever. But Barrow have equalised indeed against Northampton. Josh Gordon with the equalising goal this time, with Foley getting assist. Look how well Barrow have done so far. 2nd place in League 2. Now that will is that going to overtake Salford? It's going to be joint 2nd with Salford pretty much, actually. Because they conceded more goals, Salford still get the edge on goal difference there at the moment. Wow, that's a really, really big moment there. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Newcastle Palace. They're talking about that now. Right, so only 2 goals in the Championship. No goals so far in the Premier League. A handful of goals in League 1. You've got one for Shrewsbury there. You've got Peterborough scoring very early in this game. Jack Marriott with that. 1-1 currently between Bolton and Charlton, with Fraser and Bradley getting the goals there. I think we've also had Morecambe taking the lead. Weir getting the goal against Bristol Rovers. And then with League 2, you've got Stockport leading, Salford leading, Mansfield leading. That's something I didn't talk about. Mansfield must have just scored, actually. So Mansfield have taken the lead. If it will allow me to show that game, please. Right, Mansfield taking the lead. The goal has gone to... It won't show me, so it must have been a really, really quick goal, or a recent goal at least. It's Ollie Clark. I've just seen on the video printout for Soccer Saturday. So Ollie Clark scores for Mansfield. And that is all the goals. We're up to date so far. So let's actually close this and get back to this. Josh Gordon scored for Barrow, says Tom. Yeah, that's right. I did see that. Oh, I need to stretch my back, honestly. How are we doing with the channel? Let's do a quick plug. 11 likes we're on. Guys, can we get to 15 likes by 3:20, which is the next 4 minutes? Matt is racking up 150 viewers. I tell you why there's not many viewers there. All of you have gone to see Mark Goldbridge. He's got 11,000 watching for Chelsea West Ham. He must have found a way to see the game. But I will be listening onto that game. And if you've not hit the subscribe button yet, guys, please do so as well, as that really helps the channel. And 1,384 still. 16 more likes to 1,400. That would be a brilliant achievement. Right, you guys wanted to hear about Chelmsford. Got a sneeze coming. Bless me. We have got Havant and Waterlooville. Big game at home as well. This is, that's a really tough game, Havant and Waterlooville. They will be up there in National League South. They've not had the most impressive of starts, but they will be up there. They are a very competitive team in National League South, and that's who we are playing. Ooh, and it's been a very quiet start so far. There's been very, very little going on with that there. Can we have a Leeds goal yet? Well, I'm not in charge of getting the goals in for these teams. We'll see. Thomas said 1-0 Birmingham. If that's the case, Preston have conceded their first goal. It is! So Preston have conceded their first goal of the season. That's all of our score predictions gone. No longer the clean sheet masters. Maxime Colan has scored the first goal past North End. And you probably look at this attack momentum thinking that Birmingham may have edged this and deserved this. So, right, okay. The best I could hope for is maybe Preston to complete a comeback. But that is big news. Preston will not equal Portsmouth's clean sheet record as they've conceded for the first time today. So there it is. There it is. The goal in itself. Maxime Colan and Jordan Graham with the assist, who was interviewed quite recently. Right, well, they're clearly not going to go straight to that game so far. They're still staying there. Oh, God, look how bleak this is for Coventry there. 1 point, and they're 6 points, below survival. It's not a great start at all. I mean, apparently Preston actually have been the better team, according to Neil Mellor, maybe. I don't know if he's been a little bit biased with him being a former Preston player, but Emil Rees has missed a big chance, apparently. Notts County have taken the lead against Dagenham and Redbridge with Macaulay Langstaff. I was fake celebrating, then we then saw Tom. You predicted 1-1, says Jack there. Charlie predicted 1-0 Birmingham. You did not. Surely not. Please Leeds get a goal, says Charlie. Well, we're still only 20 minutes in. We're only 20 minutes in. We've got to be patient, honestly. Chelsea have not scored yet. Why do they keep going to Wolves and Southampton? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're having a great game there. Maybe I've been a little bit disrespectful there. Right, so 3 goals in the Championship now. 1-0 Norwich, 1-0 Rotherham, and 1-0 Birmingham. Preston conceding their first goal ever. Morecambe ahead in this game here. So Swansea apparently have missed a penalty. What, was it given? Who missed the penalty? Okay, well, clear. Okay, I'm just listening out to basically Swansea and QPR, but oh gosh, okay, this game's clearly actually starting to kick off now. Well, I will check that there. Dorking have they've not taken the lead. They're behind against Wrexham. Ollie Palmer getting the goal for Wrexham in that game. Sutton have taken the lead against Harrogate. There we go. We've just caught it there. Harry Beautyman. What a name that is. He has scored the goal for Sutton. Solihull, Tom would love to hear this. They have taken the lead against Altrincham. Josh Kelly scores the goal for Solihull, making it 1-0 to the Moors. Yeah, Jeff's done the same joke as me. Come on, Jeff, get your original content there. Yeah, we talked about 1-1 there between Bolton and Charlton. We have talked about it. I think we've caught up with goals now. Oh, it's looking very cagey between Chelsea and West Ham. Yeah, just checking this. Still 3 goals there. And yeah, we're completely caught up so far. Call me Usher because I'm so caught up. The commentary is really making me just not, lose my focus. Right, actually, I do need to go back to capture because we have got a goal to talk about in League One. Cambridge, who've had a brilliant start to the season, they've taken yet another goal in their home game against Lincoln. Joe Ironside getting the opening goal in that game to make it 1-0 to Cambridge. As you can see there, Cambridge before this game was 7th, and Cambridge will be 6th if they win at the moment, since Derby are not winning in their game against Plymouth. And we've got a goal in League 2 to talk about, and it is again, it's Rochdale who have taken the lead in that game there. So Rochdale have not had a great start to the season at all, with only 1 point picked up so far. Could this be their first win of the season? Also another championship goal, which has ruined my prediction. It's Swansea who've taken a 1-0 lead against QPR. Yeah, Joel Pirro does step up at the spot. Goalkeeper saves it, but 5 minutes later, he redeems himself and gets the opening goal in this game. QPR falling behind, and QPR looking like to me that they're probably going to be a very inconsistent team this season. I want to refresh this. And if Swansea pick up this win, where would they go in the table? They'll go up to 16th with this win. And Millwall fall down to 21st, and Middlesbrough in the bottom 3. Bloody hell. These fine margins making a big difference here. I'm a bit surprised Blackburn and Bristol City have not scored a goal yet. But so far, Millwall, Cardiff and Luton Wigan not getting any goals so far. My predictions not looking great so far. 3-pointer is gone for Swansea QPR, and same goes to Preston Birmingham, but they can be vitalised. Any more goals? We have got another goal in League One. It's gone to the away side between Port Vale and Cheltenham. You can figure it out by now. I'm on League 2. Come on, Alex. Cheltenham have taken the lead. Wade Elliott leading them, of course. He's taken the lead with Dan Ndulu. I think that's how you say that. He's taken the lead for Cheltenham with Olakina with the assist there. Cheltenham struggling a little bit in the bottom 4, but that win will put them right up there in 90th. There's a VAR decision going on with Brentford and Leeds. There was another goal, I believe, for Cambridge. So they're probably checking their red card offence for Leeds. Sinistera potentially going to get a red card. Okay, so VAR are forcing the referee to potentially look at this. Wrexham taking the second goal against Dorking. Mendy with the goal. Joe Ironside is the one that gets the second goal here. Let's keep a tab on this. Rob Jones is the referee, checking for a red card offence. Joke versus Cambridge. So Derby Plymouth, we've got a goal there. Derby have taken the lead against this Plymouth team. It is James Collins who has scored the first goal there. James Collins, who's been a little bit of a joke of a player, really being memed a little bit by many fans at the moment. But this is his first goal in League One, so fair play to James Collins. He's finally got his first League One goal. Is it a penalty? Rob Jones is going to the monitor. It looks like he may give the penalty. Didn't originally give it, Rob Jones, but VAR have suggested he checks it. And 9 times out of 10, when a referee goes to the monitor, they originally reverse their decision and go for what VAR has to say. It looks like Sinistera may have conceded a penalty. Right. We've got a goal with Crew and Stevenage. Crew taking the lead. We are now going to find out. He's pointed to the spot. It's a penalty to Brentford. Brentford now got a good chance to take the lead. Sinistera conceding the penalty. And it looks like Tony will take the penalty as well. Let's check. Crew have taken the lead against Stevenage, which I did talk about there. Rob McDonald with the goal there. And apparently they missed a penalty as well. Connor Thomas and with a save. So they've managed to redeem themselves and get the lead this time. So Tony has got a really good record. Of course, he has his walking technique there. So this could be the first goal we see in the Premier League 3 o'clocks. We've still got to be a little bit patient for this one, but I will be keeping my eyes on it. We've got more. Another National League goal. Aldershot taking the lead against Barnet. Goal at League 2 between Colchester and Hartlepool. Hartlepool struggling for form, but they have taken the lead. Wesley McDonald scoring the goal in that one, and that will mean Hartlepool overtake Colchester. Right, let's see. Will Tony score this pen? Come on, show us this pen. Whistle blown. Come on, we want to see the pen. Why is it taking so long? Well, there we go. It's a goal. So Brentford have taken the lead against Leeds United. Penalty awarded by VAR. Robert Jones originally said no. That makes it 1-0 to Brentford. Was it a red? I don't think it was a red. I don't know why I thought it was a red, but it was clearly a penalty decision, which could have been two things they checked. They checked if Stoichik handled the ball, but then they checked the Sinistera challenge on Tony, and they awarded it. It is a goal. It was a yellow, not red. Yeah, it was a yellow. So it wasn't... I originally thought the VAR was thinking of updating yellow to red, but no, it was actually a penalty decision, which was awarded for Brentford's favour. They scored it, and they're 1-0 up. Do you still want Sue to commentate, says Jack? Oh, don't remind him now. Gateshead has taken a 2-0 lead against Maidstone. Oh dear, Maidstone. I always don't find Maidstone doing very, very well in the National League, unfortunately. Salford have just conceded. It's now 1-1 between them and Crawley. Crawley, you've not had a great start to the season, as you can see, not one so far this season. Tom Nichols with the equaliser. And that will really change things, actually, because now Salford fall down to third because of that. Colchester just above the bottom two. Oh my god. Actually, that should be up to date because Crawley have only drawn against Salford. But oh my god, Colchester right here are literally only just above the relegation zone. Only a goal difference. If Rochdale score another goal, Colchester will fall into the bottom two. Oh my days. Right, we've had 4 goals in the Championship. 1-0 Birmingham with Maxine Conan getting the goal. First goal that Preston conceded. Swansea taking the lead. Joe Pirro with the goal, and he already had a penalty miss. Richard Wood scoring in the second minute against West Harding, which I correctly predicted to get the first team to score in the Championship. And Norwich Coventry 1-0. Nunez with the assist, and Timo Pukki Party is back. Only goal in the Premier League, Brentford taking the lead there for League 1. We've had a lot of movement there in League 1. So, to summarise, Cheltenham's taking the lead. 1-1 now between Bristol Rovers and Morecambe, which is a recent goal. Ryan Loft in the 29th minute, Aaron Connors with the assist. Cambridge 2-0 up against Lincoln there. You've got a 0-0 draw so far between Fleetwood and Wickham. Wickham down to 10 men already with Gary McCleary getting sent off. Bolton Charlton still 1-1. Shrewsbury still 1-0 up against Forest Green, who are struggling a little bit with form. And Derby taking not an early lead, but a good, crucial lead against Plymouth as well, because Derby now are in the top 6 following this lead at the moment there. For League 2, Colchester only just holding on just above the relegation zone. Rochdale 1-0 up there. You've got Hartlepool 1-0 up against Colchester there. Following this win of this lead from Hartlepool, they overtake us, as you can see here. Crew 1-0 up against Stevenage, as you can see. 0-0 there, but Gillingham down to 10 men already. Sutton taking the lead against Harrogate. How is Sutton doing? They are up to 9th. They're doing quite well. Mansfield 1-0 up there. We got a goal! We've got a goal at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest have taken the lead against Bournemouth. What a moment. We've got another goal in Carrow Road, which I'll talk about in a minute. But it's Cheku Kiarte, one of their new signings, getting the goal. 1-0 Forest. And actually, what's happened here? So, Coventry looked like they had the goal, but it's been ruled out. I was going to literally go and praise Coventry for getting an equaliser, but that goal has been ruled out. Oh, I dread to think for what Matt has to think. 1-0 says Solo Driver. Charlie says I give up. Charlie, you know, you're not fighting relegation at the moment. If Leeds were in the relegation zone, I completely understand at the moment. You know, you've got plenty of time. You've got plenty of time. Who assisted it? Was it Graham? Are you talking about the Birmingham goal? If you are talking about the Birmingham goal, yes, Jordan Graham assisted the goal, and it was Maxime Colan that got the original goal. Still 0-0 between Spurs and Fulham, by the way, and Chelsea West Ham still 0-0 as well. I think probably less said about that game the better. Very predictably, Chelsea having a lot of the ball and West Ham sitting back. It's to be expected, isn't it? But yeah, that's pretty much everything going through the 4 leagues, and I think we've all caught up. There's been a goal at Hillsborough. Right, I regret actually changing the caption now. There's been a goal at Hillsborough. Big goal. If I actually made my Ipswich vlog, I would have said Devontae Cole has been a nightmare in terms of how well he presses the defence. Probably a similar moment there. He really pressed that Sheffield Wednesday back line. And now because of this, Barnsley have taken the lead. And Barnsley have not started well. Only 2 wins they picked up in their opening 7. So Barnsley, you know, not doing so well, but following this will be their 3rd win in 7, and it'll put them on 10 points, just outside of the top 6. And Sheffield Wednesday, who could have been up there and actually first place by this weekend if results go their way, are now down to 5th as a result. Sebastian, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. He said subs. I tell you this, we're on 1,384. We're 16 away from 1,400. So guys, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It really does help the growth of this channel. This will be a really great achievement if today we can get to 1,400. But I've got to always say thank you guys for terrific support. Right, so following that Forest goal, they go up to 13th, and Bournemouth find themselves in 18th place below Wolverhampton Wanderers. Brentford find themselves up to 6th if they win this there. Second goal at the New York Stadium. It is an equalising goal for Watford, and Issouf Bio's ruined my score prediction with Watford and Middlesbrough over midweek. But it looks like he's done a good job to try and salvage something there, because I said 2-1 Watford, and he has already started their comeback getting the goal. That's 2 goals in 2 games for Baku Issouf Bio now for Watford there, who have been very critical with his poor start to the season. But now I can safely say he's now starting to fit into this Watford team. 1-1 now between Rotherham and Watford. Goal for Watford. Yep, I did see about that there. Gotta do a quick stretch quickly. Oh, jeez. We're around 35, 37 minutes in terms of the first half. I had some really good scorelines. In fact, I need to update this. I've completely neglected it, which has probably been down to me being on SofaScore so much. So, Brentford are 1-0 up against Leeds. Forest have taken the lead against Bournemouth. In the Championship, we see Norwich taking the lead against Coventry, although it looks like Coventry had a goal disallowed. Birmingham taking the lead against Preston. Watford now equalising, and Swansea taking the lead against QPR. Couple more goals actually. Equalising against Rochdale, which will mean the Colchester fans will celebrate because it means Rochdale are no longer closing the gap on us. So John Mellish getting the equalising goal for Carlisle, and Rochdale, I really fear for their League 2 status right now because they're really, really struggling right now. Leyton Orient, leaders of League 2, have taken the lead against Tranmere. This will extend their lead. It's a Josh Dacres-Cogley own goal. This will mean Leyton Orient, look at that, a 3-point gap already. Port Vale have equalised against Cheltenham. If I can find them. Come on, Port Vale, where are you? Yeah, Port Vale have equalised there, as you can see. Udu Bako with the equaliser there. Port Vale doing all right with their start to the season. And a big goal at Fratton Park. It is now 1-1 between Portsmouth and Peterborough United. Dane Scarlett, who was he joined Portsmouth obviously on loan from Tottenham Hotspur. So that is a huge, huge goal for the youngster there. 20 years of age. Robertson with the assist. And that will mean, I think, Portsmouth are now back top. Because obviously Ipswich are not winning. Derby up to third. And they have got a second goal as well, Derby County. A quick flurry of goals in League One. Nathaniel Mendes-Lang with the second goal. 2 signings getting involved. And McGoldrick also a signing, assisting the first goal for James Collins. It looks like Racine Ball is now officially underway. I don't think there's anything else to update there, but look at that, Colchester. But although, having said that, Crawley, if they beat Exeter, they'll overtake Colchester and will be in the bottom 2. There's a lot to be concerned right now. I don't have faith in them this season. The only time I've seen them, ironically, is when they won a game, which is something that never really happens with Colchester much. Wrexham are dominating, and Tom says Moors are being dominated at home. It's now 3-0. It's not popped up on the video printer yet. Although Altrincham have equalised against Solihull Moors, I forgot to say. Aaron Bennett with the goal in that game. Sebastian Gamer says, share. Yes, guys. So one way to really help support the channel is to like, subscribe, but also share across the social medias and everywhere. That really, really does help. There's a goal in the Championship, but we may have a goal for Spurs, I think. We do. We do have a goal for Spurs. A quick flurry of goals are coming. Oh my gosh. Right, come on, let's catch up. So, Spurs taking the lead against Fulham. How did you get time wasting in the 36th minute? I'm sorry. Why are you taking so long? It is Højbjerg who has scored for Spurs. That makes it 1-0. In terms of a Championship, we've got our first goal on Kenilworth Road. Luton taking the lead against Wigan. Carlton Morris with the goal. James Bree getting the assist. Carlton Morris now starting to turn his form on. As you can see, that's his 3rd goal of the season. 3 goals in 4 games for Carlton Morris. Wrexham have indeed scored their 3rd. It's Luke Moore with a known goal that's made it 3-0 to Wrexham. And yeah, I think that's all of us caught up. Although it's not, Bolton have completely turned it around against Charlton. They've now taken the lead in this game. Kieran Lee scores for Bolton. Wow, what a moment. Ian Never has completely turned this around for Bolton. And this will mean Bolton, look at that, they were like down in 16th, now they're up to 8th because they're winning. That goes to show how many places you can move when you change a result. So Bolton now only 3 points off the top 6 following results in the moment. We've just talked about the Luton opening goal. What does this mean for the table? As you can see, Norwich 1st place now. Watford up to 4th. Blackburn still 5th with Bristol City now in the top 6. Luton closing the gap on the top 6 as well. We've seen QPR drop a couple of places. Preston drop down a little bit as well. Rotherham drop down slightly. Swansea rise a couple of places. Birmingham up a couple of places as well. They're no longer in the bottom 3. Wigan only just above the bottom 3. We were just talking about Blackburn doing well. They've just conceded. Bristol City have taken the lead against Blackburn. And who else but the teenage... Well, is he a teenager? I need to check his age. The superstar that is Tommy Conway gets another goal. 20. I was going to say teenage, so yeah, it would have been a bit harsh for me to say that. But yeah, as you can see, he scored in the 3-3 draw against Blackpool there, and he's got a goal here. Didn't score against... Oh no, he did score against Cardiff. I mean, look at the goal contributions we're seeing here. Wow. So scored in the EFL Cup game. He has scored against Luton and then Cardiff there. An assist in the previous game against Wigan. Scored in the 3-3 draw and then scored again. That in itself is 5 goal contributions. And we've got another goal at the G-Tech Community Stadium. Charlie, you may want to cover your ears. It is 2-0 now to Brentford. They've taken a second goal just before half-time. And it's Ivan Toney again who gets another goal for this Brentford team. Toney having a brilliant start to the season so far. That's 2 goals in this game there. He's managed to get 2 assists in the 4-0 win. 1 goal there against Fulham there and another one against Leicester. That's 4 goals now already. Why is VAR showing with Forest and Bournemouth? Is there a penalty being conceded? Red card? I think it may be a red card, but they're checking. I don't know what they're checking. What's Michael Dawson? What are you talking about? Rams are going up. We look unstoppable at home. They do look good, Derby. They do. I just said Rosinia Ball looking like that it's now up and running. Okay, so I don't know what they're checking. But meanwhile, Port Vale have completely turned it around against Cheltenham, and they're now 2-1 up. Tyler Perry with an own goal there, which gives Port Vale the lead. But yeah, we've all caught up with the Championship. I don't know what they're VARing at Forest and Bournemouth. Someone's gonna have to clarify that for me. Penalty review, Neco Williams. So potentially a penalty for Forest, I'm guessing there. But yeah, it looks like nothing's been given at the moment. Checking for offside and then a penalty. That's what they're looking at there. Charlie says we can still win this 3-2. Yeah, no doubt you can still win this. Unlikely, but you're still able to win this. You're still capable. Need to change this now. Solihull Moors has now taken lead again against Altrincham. Callum Maycock with that goal. Okay, so I need to update. Bristol City have now taken the lead against Blackburn there. Luton have now taken the lead in this one here. Already talked about 1-0 Orient there. And they're currently top of League 2 with that goal. And yeah, I think I've actually now updated everything. Something like that. I think they've checked the offside already. I think now they're checking the review. Wait, so it looks like the penalty's been overturned. Wait, no, he has. No, he has given a penalty. Ignore me. He's given a penalty. He's looked at the monitor. Michael Oliver has awarded a penalty. Brennan Johnson is stepping up to take it. Norwich are 2-0 up. You are indeed correct. Norwich are indeed 2-0 up. Goodness me. And there's so much information. I can't take this in. Josh Sargent makes it 2-0 to Norwich just before half-time. It's not looking like a very enjoyable day for Coventry, but for Norwich, looking like they will be top of the Championship after this weekend. Oh, we've got a goal in G-Tech Community Stadium. Leeds have just snuck a goal in. 2-1. Sinistera, who conceded a penalty, in fact, and it's a goal for Brennan Johnson. It's now 2-0 Nottingham Forest just before half-time. That is a great position for Nottingham Forest now to have a 2-goal lead. But that has made things really interesting now in the G-Tech Community Stadium. 2-1, Sinistera, who conceded the first penalty and goal. He has now managed to reclaim and get back, well, basically get his own back really, and managed to redeem himself, getting a goal here. Now, that could be a very crucial goal going into half-time. It looks like it's going to be 2-1 going into half-time, and Leeds will take that right now. And we have got a goal at Molineux. And it's Wolves who've taken the lead. So it's Daniel Podence with the only goal there. I mean, Wolves don't score many goals, as you know. You know, Wolves have only scored 3 goals, as you can see here. But it's Podence who scores. Now, that will be a big goal for Wolves. As you can see, it'll move them up all the way to 14th. It'll make things very dangerous for Everton and West Ham at the moment. Palace dropping down quite a fair bit as well, following this current draw that they have against Newcastle there. Fulham falling a couple of places there. We've got a goal between Sutton and Harrogate. 1-1 now in that game. It is from the penalty spot. Luke Armstrong scoring that. Macaulay Longstaff makes it 3-0 to Notts County against Dagenham and Redbridge. I even missed the second goal. Chelsea and West Ham are one of 2 games in the Premier League, still 0-0 at half-time, alongside with Newcastle and Crystal Palace. In terms of the Championship, they're all still playing by the looks of things, and all games have got to go apart from Millwall Cardiff. We have got a goal again at League 2 from another penalty. Doncaster equalising. Lee Tomlin, former Cardiff player, scores for Doncaster to make it 1-1. We've got a first half time in the Championship. Luton and Wigan is going into half time now. I think we're now safe to go back to this feature here. Wow. You can barely take a break here. You know, goals are flying in left, right and centre. So it's 2-1 now in that game between Brentford and Leeds. And Forest have now made it 2-0 against Bournemouth. And I believe that's everything caught up, because I don't think there's been any other goals in the Championship. Still 1-0 there, 1-0, 0-0. 2-0 to Norwich. I need to change that. 1-0 to Birmingham there, 1-1 there, and 1-0 to QPR. 1-0 to Swansea, sorry. Right, I think we're caught up. It's nearly time for half time. It's, you know, most games are now blowing for the half time whistle now. I tell you what, the games in League 1 as well, very, very key as well. 1-1 between Peterborough and Portsmouth, and also 1-0 to Barnsley against Sheffield Wednesday, who are playing their first game without Callum Stiles as well. So that's also going to be very interesting there. Yeah, 1-1's for Jack in that game there. I'm taking the headphones off because now I don't really need them at all. Just checking if I have talked about everything. Oh, okay, I missed a Wickham goal. Hang on a minute. I have missed a Wickham goal. It's 1-0 to Wickham, despite going down to 10 minutes. I've got to go. And it's Mehmeti with the goal. That must have happened in the madness when I was looking at the VAR decision for Forest and Bournemouth. I must have missed it. Apologies, Wickham fans. Yeah, there is a goal, and you've taken the lead. So Scott Brown losing in this game for Fleetwood there. Currently 1-0 down to 10 men of Wickham. Ooh, I tell you what, now we're starting to get some really good games going in the Premier League now. And it pretty much looks like that all of those games are going into half-time now. 1-0 Maidenhead, says Tom there. I've not seen it on the video printer, but I will look if it does pop up. Colchester still behind against Hartlepool, which is not looking good for us. Hartlepool were in the bottom 2, but following... Oh, no, they have taken the lead. They're against Halifax there. Cole Capueca getting the goal there to make it 1-0 to Maidenhead. Right, what was I going to check? I was going to actually check Chelmsford to see how they're doing against Havant and Waterlooville, where we've got a mixed record against Havant and Waterlooville. Okay, right. Okay, hang on a minute. We have some goals to talk about there. So, Havant and Waterlooville scored first. James Roberts scores. Then we equalised with Ludovica, I'm so sorry, I struggle to say his name, but I know exactly who he is. But yeah, it's Harry Ludovica with his first goal for Chelmsford. It was then 2-1 to Havant and Waterlooville, since I think it was Osler who scores, Roberts, who's been great so far, got an assist for him. But Charlie Ruff just now has made it 2-2. Right, okay. It's going to be one of those games that's just going to be end-to-end stuff. Honestly, if we can beat Havant and Waterlooville at this early stage of the season, then who knows what Chelmsford can do. Honestly. Any other games you want me to check as well? I will actually check the standings of the National League, because that's one thing I don't really have the luxury of doing. But yeah, right now, pretty much like the top four favourites to go up, or top five favourites, are currently winning in their game. Aldershot and Barnet still 1-1. Bromley, Eastleigh 1-1. Eastleigh, who've had a brilliant. Was it Eastleigh who've had a brilliant start? No, Eastleigh have had a poor start. I'm thinking of Ebbsfleet in the National League South. So get them confused sometimes. Dagenham and Redbridge 3-0 down against Notts County. Not good for their part there. Then we also have Wrexham 3-0 up against Dorking Wanderers. Gateshead 2-0 up against Maidstone. Maidenhead 1-0 up against Halifax. Oldham are 2-0 down to Chesterfield, where I think Chesterfield are the strong favourites now. I mean, Chesterfield are on 17 points. Wrexham only 1 point behind. Notts County very close behind as well. Solihull Moors and Barnet close behind as well. Barnet right up there. I'm pleased to see Barnet now back up there. Scunthorpe and Bournemouth still 0-0. 2-1 to Solihull against Altrincham there. Southend losing to Torquay United. Two southern teams going up against each other there. And Yeovil versus York. Currently 0-0 in that game. How are Southend doing this season, actually? I am intrigued now. Southend 14th place, mid-table. Not looking great, isn't it? Aldershot and Halifax are in the bottom two. Although Scunthorpe and Altrincham also joint on 4 points. Notts, Wrexham and Chesterfield are all dominating, and we don't even deserve to be winning against Altrincham. At this point, you would rather just be getting 3 points. It doesn't matter what other teams do. You know, because you've got to remember, they've got to try and do this for the rest of the season. All it matters is here and now. It only matters what your team is doing now. And if your team is winning, you've got to take it. Honestly. There's been many examples where many teams win when they don't deserve to be playing well. You'd even go back to Arsenal Invincibles. They won a lot of their games by either drawing games or being a bit lucky that they've held on to, you know, the draw, you know. So sometimes it takes a bit of luck. And, you know, luck is going Solihull's way. It honestly doesn't matter about what other teams are doing. You know, it only matters when you start playing against them. That's one thing that I've learned as well. Right, 3 of you watching there. God, I tell you what, Matt's racking up 200 viewers. Fair play to the geezer there. Bet the Leeds game will end 3-3. Now, that would be an astonishing game. We're on 14 likes, by the way, so we're 1 like away from 15. Ooh, his 30 like target may not be reached. Guys, can we go on a like spike if we can? If you've not hit the like button, please do hit the like button. It really does help the growth of this channel. If you do that, it really does help. If you've not hit the subscribe button, please also do that as well. We've plateaued on 1,384. If we can even get closer to 1,400, that'd be a really, really good achievement, honestly. But thank you guys, as always, for showing continuous support. I'm going to have fun making fun of my Rangers fan for losing 4-0 to Celtic. He's definitely not going to forget that anytime soon. Charlie Brown singing about Luis Sinistera there. This is our away goal and the first goal they conceded. Is it your first away goal? It might be your first away goal. I know it's definitely Preston's first goal they've conceded. But I'm not sure if this is actually Birmingham's first away goal. I'm checking now. It is. It is their first away goal. Wow. Incredible. So it is your first away goal, and it's definitely the first goal that Preston have conceded too. Now will be interesting. Preston, who have only scored 2 goals in 8 games, only 2 goals in 8 games this season. Now they've got to try and be a bit open and try and get a goal here. Because honestly, I think Birmingham could even almost back their chances at the moment for the fact that this Preston team really does not score many goals whatsoever. I forgot to predict the Prem this week, says James. You can predict the Sunday games if you still want to get involved there. I'm actually going to check because I screenshotted all the comments, Charlie, if you predicted 1-0. I'm assuming you did. I'm just going to have to be near the start of everything there. Right. Where are your predictions? They're there. Well, I stand corrected. Yes, you did predict 1-0 Birmingham. Wow. That'll be one of the best predictions actually of this weekend if it does happen there. One thing that's a bit shocking to me, Burton are not losing. Burton have managed to hold Oxford so far to a 0-0 draw so far. Right, I need a drink, and literally my throat always gets very tight when you do this amount of commentating. What are you guys' thoughts with the 3 p.m. kickoff so far? I've not updated Wolves Southampton, I've just realised. I need to update that actually. It's 1-0 Wolves. But I think I've been up to date for the rest of them. Yeah. Championship there. 0-1 now. 1-0. 0-0. 2-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. Yeah. Scared in case we lose 4-1. Next one is important. Yeah. It really is important. If Brentford score, then I think Leeds are a bit screwed. But if Leeds score, and early as well, who knows what the scoreline is going to be. It's not me forgetting to add a prediction leagues, Tom. I think I explained it at the start. I said I'm 2 game weeks behind at predicting it. I'm working full time. I'm really trying to catch up. The fact I did the Championship prediction league so quickly, I'm really proud. But unfortunately, it meant I had to kind of push the delays for the Premier League prediction league a little bit. You know, can I give myself a bit of a benefit of the doubt? It was a midweek game for the Premier League, which never really happened. So it should all be caught up by Monday. And you will see an update because I'll put it in a community post. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. So sorry for yawning. Great. Here's the tiredness coming back. God, excuse me. But please do let me know some comments, any questions you want to ask me going through the game. Excuse me, I've got so much indigestion. I need to look actually what's going to be live on Sky tomorrow in terms of football. And see if I fancy doing any sort of predictions. So, Reading and Stoke is live. I don't know how I feel about streaming this one. Why's the shower going off? I don't know how I feel about Reading Stoke. Should I stream it? Let me know, guys, if you want me to stream watching Reading and Stoke. It feels like one that not many people are going to stream, and it could be like what happened, when I did West Brom and Burnley yesterday, when not many people streamed it, a lot of people tuned in. Leeds have been dominating possession, but gaining the ball to the striker. Well, it's been so many teams' this problem, hasn't it? It's literally putting the ball in the back of the net, which is ironic enough because it's called football. Reading Stoke has boring written all over it. Yeah, that's my fault though. Because I either think it's going to be 1-1 or 0-0, or 1-0 to either one of these teams. But to be there, the 1-1 that I saw yesterday was quite entertaining, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd hope Alex Neil makes Stoke a little bit more attractive to watch. Reading, to be fair, at home have done quite well so far this season, scoring quite a few goals. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to replicate like their 3-0 wonder win over Blackburn like they did in the Select Heart Leasing Stadium. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll probably do a poll like on the community tab if people want to see me stream it tomorrow. Especially if I don't see anyone stream it. You know, if Ben Bloom or Matt don't stream that game, I'm almost tempted to do that game actually, just to see what sort of reaction it may get. Jack's already singing songs about Birmingham scoring the first goal against Preston there. I was just checking that the headphones were working. Oh, poor Matt and Coventry, honestly. They really need to go through just this really tough rock that they have at the moment there. It really is an issue for them. When are they going to get their first win? Honestly, if Coventry get their first win, I think they'll be starting to be okay. But, I don't know, man. I really don't, to be honest. Okay, what's going on there? Hope Bamford gets the winner. Well, I hope to see a really entertaining game. That's all I'd say. You know, no bias against any other team or whatever. I just want a good game. I want a good game in that game. And for the fact that it's already got 3 goals in it, I'm hoping it's going to continue on into that second half. Wonder how Ben will be feeling at the moment. Are you thinking about Ben HD with Preston actually conceding a goal? Well, he probably would feel intrigued, but probably nervous for the fact that Preston don't score many goals. If you're wondering about Ben Bloom, I mean, to be fair, I know he's an Ipswich fan, but he's not watching many Ipswich games now. But Ipswich have got a terrible record against Accrington Stanley. We were talking about it in the office that Ipswich have got a really poor record against Accrington Stanley. Of course, it's their first game since Torrey Simpson has left them for Huddersfield as well. James B said doesn't like Bamford leaving us. Oh yeah, you're a Middlesbrough fan, aren't you? Yeah, that's right. I forgot he was a Middlesbrough player. Yeah, Monday's game is Sunderland and Middlesbrough, which I am really tempted to watch now, actually, live. 8 p.m. kickoff. It is indeed possible. We have got a midweek game, bizarrely, in the League One, which is Forest Green and Accrington Stanley. But yeah, midweek, actually, of this week is the return of the Champions League, would you believe it? So I believe what the first game is. So Chelsea play on the Tuesday against Dinamo Zagreb, which is not a nice place to go to. And then straight after that, we've got back to the action, and I believe it seems like Burnley has always got a live game, but Burnley Norwich is the Friday game, and I feel like I definitely need to cover this. Norwich have got a tough away game, and if Norwich are top of the table by that time, it could mean that Burnley can snatch top place from them. So, yeah, I definitely feel like I need to watch them. And then it goes to Saturday the 10th of September, which will be a travel day for me because Ipswich are at home to really good, so far this season at least, Cambridge United. So I definitely do need to see that. But we've got a load of 3 p.m. kickoffs actually. We've got 11 3 p.m. kickoffs actually for the championship. I'm wondering if this is... Yeah, I think after this is the international break then, if that's the case. But yeah, for League One, I don't know why I can't see it. Ipswich are at home to Cambridge, which I will be seeing them play against Cambridge at Portman Road for. I'll be watching Borough and Sunderland. Yeah, I'm sure we all will there. We have got a couple of Premier League games on the Sunday. And, we've even got Leeds and Forest as a Monday game. That, I think, is stream worthy. Leeds versus Forest, Watchalong. Yes, please. I would love that. In fact, no, I lie, because, it's not quite international break, because straight after that is their midweek in the Championship. Oh, that's going to be intense to try and catch up with. And then we go to Thursday, Friday and Saturday the 17th, where I'll be playing football. And yeah, so it's still continuing there, so it's not the international break at all. Right, I won't be able to do any videos on that Saturday because I'll be playing football. Right, I was saying that Burton did well to actually stay with a clean sheet against Oxford, but what do? They concede within the first 3 minutes of the second half. Cameron Brannigan with the goal for Oxford. So let's just show you that. Oxford, where are they? Oh, Fleetwood have taken it. Not Fleetwood. Wickham scored a second goal. Okay, who scored that? I mean, they're not going to show me yet. Where's Oxford? There they are. There's Cameron Brannigan getting the first goal there. But Burton, it's doom and gloom for them. Look at that, 7 points of safety. Burton really struggling for points now. I want to know who scored that second Fleetwood goal. Wickham goal. I'm getting them in the wrong way round. No other goals in the Championship for what I can see. For the Premier League, no other goals there so far. How is it 4-1 Port Vale? What? It's not 4-1. It's 2-1. Don't know what happened there. Definitely not 4-1. It's definitely 2-1. I was going to say, I would have known if a team scored 4 goals. Second half was away, Brentford Community Stadium. Bamford on for Harrison. I was expecting them to play together. Yeah, it will be a glitch on SofaScore. Right, so it looks like Wickham have not scored a second goal. I could be wrong there. Northampton have taken the lead against Barrow. That's gutting for them because Barrow were briefly second place in League 2. But now Northampton have taken the lead with Kieran Bowie getting the goal, and Northampton will climb up the table a little bit up to 5th place. Barrow now fall down to 3rd. Doncaster now up to 2nd. Okay, Doncaster looking like that they are trying to get an immediate return, but look at that, a 4-point gap that Leyton Orient are now currently bridging at the moment, which is fantastic for them at the moment. No other goals so far in the top 2 leagues. I don't want to do this, but I'll look at Chelsea, West Ham. Look at this. Look at this attack momentum there. It's been so one-sided by the looks of things there. 2 yellow cards. Chelsea players losing their heads by the looks of things there. David Moyes has not ever beaten Chelsea, I don't think. There's a goal. Yeah, I was going to say there's a goal at St James's Park. Of course, Chelsea's now the only game with no goal in now. Newcastle have taken the lead against Crystal Palace. Still waiting to hear who scored that. Solihull have taken a 3-1 lead against Altrincham. A bit comfortable for them now. Alex Reid with that goal there. And Jamie Reid has equalised for Stevenage against Crewe Alexandra. Bradford have taken a 2-0 lead against Walsall. I've not talked about Bradford. I'm really sorry, Bradford. But 2 late first half goals to Andy Cook and Jake Young, but gives them a commanding 2-0 lead. Fair play to Bradford there. How are they doing under Mark Hughes at the moment? They are currently in 8th place. Not doing too bad. Okay, I'm just thinking what's going on here. Still waiting to see who scored this first Newcastle goal. It won't show me. It's a Tyrick Mitchell own goal. Shame for the defender there, for the young lad there. But it is 1-0 Newcastle. And that will put Newcastle up to 7th place in the table. Chelsea fall down to 11th currently based on circumstances at the moment there. And Crystal Palace down to 15th as things stand as well. So good news for Newcastle there. They rise up to 4 places and Crystal Palace fall 2 places at the moment there. Wrexham 4-0 up. Wrexham bullying the new club, says Tom there. Well, Wrexham are just, you know, being their ruthless selves really. They want to get out of the National League and they're showing no mercy. There may be a disallowed goal actually between Newcastle and Palace. I don't know why they're checking it. Right. No goal because apparently Joe Willock has fouled Gaeta, which caused the own goal. No goal for Newcastle. It stays 0-0 in that game. There was a lot of really, not slide, but very cutting comments from Eddie Howe, criticising that teams were upping, you know, the prices due to them having loads of money. And this will not help his case. Well, this will help his case, really, or the agenda that he seems to think that everyone has against Newcastle. Wrexham are now 4-0 up. Yeah, it has been confirmed now. Ollie Palmer with the goal. And Barrow looking like that they could get a good result here. It doesn't look like that they will. Oh, okay, we have got another goal in the City Ground. I will quickly talk about that. But first, Northampton have taken a 3-1 lead now against Barrow. If I can quickly find it. Tyler Maguire making it 3-1 there. Pinnock with that. But the goal I want to talk about is that Bournemouth now have got 1 goal back. I think it's Philip Billing with a goal. And it looks like he scored an absolute screamer from 20 yards out to make it 2-1. That will make things nervy now. This is exactly what Bournemouth needed. Can Bournemouth potentially get something now in this game? Bournemouth only scored 3 goals so far this season. Forest only scoring 4. Both teams don't score many goals so far, which is definitely been one of the kryptonites that both these teams have. But we could have a very interesting contest between these two teams, both definitely wanting to get a good result today. Looking forward to a harvester meal tomorrow, says Vijay Sayer. Fantastic. Honestly, I am craving a harvester meal, really. I probably should have asked for that for my birthday. There's a second goal at Ewood Park. for the championship game between Blackburn and Bristol City. And it's gone to the way of Bristol City. I predicted 2-1 in this game. So Bristol City have done the work for me. Naki Wells now scoring the second for Bristol City. It's looking very good for Bristol City. As you can see, they are third place following this result at the moment, just behind Sheffield United. It's almost nosebleed territory for Bristol City. They've never really had like a really good start like this in quite a while. But Nigel Pearson looking like that he's getting it right now for Bristol City here. 2-0 up they find themselves and third place in the table. I was just talking about Rochdale going and just struggling right now, and Colchester celebrating them dropping points. It has now gone back to Rochdale winning this. Rochdale now on the cusp of getting their first win of the season. Devante Rodney, if you know, you know. Colchester United career mode legend makes it 2-1 to Rochdale, and that will put Rochdale on 23rd place on the table, joint points with Colchester. Colchester on a nice edge could really fall in the bottom two today. Crawley, if they score, they overtake Colchester, or if Rochdale score one goal more, they can overtake Colchester as well. Colchester could find themselves bottom of League Two. Apparently Leeds have started the second half really, really well, which Charlie would want to hear. There's a third goal at Pride Park between Derby and Plymouth. It is now 2-1. Morgan Whittaker with the goal for Plymouth. I was surprised that Luke Jeffcott left to go to Swindon Town. But Morgan Whittaker comes in and he has scored a goal to make it 2-1. Shrewsbury have scored a second goal. Forest Green now looking like that they're starting to struggle a little bit. Their defence looking really, really open at the moment now. You know, saw highlights against Ipswich and they didn't look great. I've got to be honest there. I'm still waiting for that second goal for Shrewsbury. I think it will eventually pop up. It's just taken a long time to show, clearly. Well, I just talked about if Rochdale score, they'll overtake Colchester. And what do Rochdale do? They scored another goal. Scott Quigley scores to make it 3-1 Rochdale. If this is updated, this should put Colchester, yeah, look at them now. They're now 23rd place, Colchester, in the table. It would be even worse now if Crawley somehow get another goal and beat Salford, because that would put Colchester at rock bottom of League Two. There's a third goal between Bristol Rovers and Morecambe. Morecambe with the third goal in the game, with Kieran Phillips making it 2-1. Morecambe really need this win like desperately. Morecambe have not won so far this season. In fact, they're only one of two teams who have not won so far this season. And Morecambe, if they win, they'll be on 6 points and will be close behind Lincoln. Now, we probably could breathe a sigh of relief, Colchester fans. I don't think we will be 24th place in the table because Salford have just scored against Crawley to make it 2-1. Ryan Watson making it 2-1. And Salford now back to second, knocking down Doncaster Rovers. Have I now caught up? I hope so, at least. I think I may have caught up now. There was a second goal at Shrewsbury. I did talk about that. I was just waiting for it to go through. Goal scorer was, Jordan Shipley with goal and Bayliss. So two former championship players, Shipley playing for Coventry and Bayliss Preston as well. So they combined to give Shrewsbury that goal. Walsall back in the game against Bradford. It's now 2-1 in that game. Walsall have not had a terrible start to the season. It is Donovan Daniels to make it 2-1. Walsall, as you see, mid-table now due to this current defeat on the cards, but it looks like that they could maybe try and revitalise something. Still 0-0 between Millwall and Cardiff by the looks of things. I was just wanting to see Chelsea and West Ham. We're 60 minutes in. Stats-wise, we've had only 5 shots. 0 on target. Dear me. I don't care. Man City, Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, even Newcastle will find a way to get a shot on target at this stage. Not good news for Leeds. It does look like it's 3-1 now to Brentford. And they are going to the G-Tech Community Stadium Soccer Saturday now. It is. It's Ivan Toney with a hat-trick goal. My God. Ivan Toney has ripped Leeds apart. Him by himself has contributed to Brentford's current win at the moment. A 3-1 lead now they have. Hat-trick for Ivan Toney. 6th place they find themselves there. Leeds currently 8th due to this result at the moment. Wow. What an individual performance this is for Ivan Toney. No goals still there. We've got Mansfield who have taken the lead now against Doncaster. So it's going all wrong for Doncaster now. It is George Maris with that goal. Mansfield have done all right. They didn't have a great start, but now they've recovered a little bit. They should now be up to 12 points, actually. And that Mansfield could be in the top 7 now following this current lead that they've got there. Still no other goals to talk about in League One, I can see. I've caught up with all of these. Championship, I think we've all caught up there. There's no score in the Championship that's completely spot on with my predictions so far, which I'm not happy with. But so far, it is 3-1 Brentford. I don't know why that's not changed yet. Nottingham Forest still 2-1 up, still 1-0 Wolves. 1-0 to Spurs there, and Newcastle Palace and Chelsea West Ham still 0-0. It's a Meslier howler. Oh no. Oh dear. That's not what you want to hear when your goalkeeper's making mistakes. Is Broja playing? He's not playing actually, but I think he should, to be honest. 2-0 Torquay apparently, according to Tom. Who are they playing? I can't remember who Torquay were playing. Southend they were playing. Super Ivan Toney, says Blue Terrier. He has had a brilliant game, Ivan Toney. Apparently Hogan's missed a good chance. I can just about guess that there. Scunthorpe losing again. Oh, it's not great start for Scunthorpe if that's the case. Not checked Chelmsford actually. I need to check them now. So having a Waterlooville, good team. As I said, 2-2 the current score that I checked last time. It's 3-3. Oh, come on. We were 3-2 up. Are you joking? Oh, Simeon has scored a penalty. But haven't, and Waterlooville have just scored again. McCarthy looking like he's had an unstoppable shot. 3-3. Having a Waterlooville just staying on our tails here. Cristiano Ronaldo Sui, says Blue Terrier there. Yeah, Torquay are 2-0 up there. Oh, Carlisle are really trying to get a result against Rochdale there. And because Carlisle have made it 3-2, it's because now Rochdale are now going to be back in the bottom 2 due to goal difference there. Christian Dennis scores for Carlisle, so I should be thanking Carlisle in a way. Yeah, Boreham Wood leading against Scunthorpe there. Lee and Louvu making that 1-0 to Boreham Wood. I've just seen it. I've just seen it, guys. It had to be Rice who assisted as well when we were really linked with him. Broja is on for Gallagher. But 2 minutes later, we've conceded to Antonio. If we lose this, we have got major problems. Bromley 2-1 up against Eastleigh there. I don't even want to scream and shout. I just feel I feel hurt. 12th place, Chelsea find themselves now. 3 defeats in 6. And West Ham above us as well. Well, not quite, but they're joint on points with us now. But actually, look at a -3 goal difference. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Apparently Mendy's getting pelters. There's a goal for Millwall against Cardiff. 1-0 up now. I don't even know what to feel anymore. I mean, we could spend all that money on Fofana. How on earth could we have that amount of possession and not create anything? We are 8 points behind Arsenal. 8 points behind Arsenal. I'm sorry, that is a joke. How... Bamford has missed 2 chances, apparently. Huh? It's 2-2. It's 2-2 now between Forest and Bournemouth. My God. 2-2. Well, I said Forest looked like that they wrapped it up, but Bournemouth looking like that they took this second half completely. Who scored? I'm just waiting to see who scored. It's Dominic Solanke who scored. It's 2-2. Desmond. I did predict Exeter to score the first goal in the EFL. Not quite correct, but they have at least scored the first goal between their game with them and MK Dons. Exeter having a really good start to the season by all things considered there. Exeter up to 8th place following this. If I'm not screaming and shouting, I'm just like, what can I do? I'm gutted. I've got to be honest. Tom says I need to go now. Don't worry, that's absolutely fine. They're talking about Millwall's goal there. Ref's going to VAR. Jesse Marsh red card. What? Oh, well, okay. Well, something's clearly going on with Brentford and Leeds. So apparently he reacted badly to his team not getting a penalty. I've lost the willpower. I should be having a lot to say with Chelsea losing to West Ham, but I don't. I really don't. The reason why I can't really react is just I know exactly how everyone's going to react to this as well. We are in trouble. We really are. The fact we've scored under a goal a game, or just, 1 goal a game, but how can we concede 9 goals in 6? Against the opposition we've been playing against. That's 3 defeats in 4. How can it get so categorically wrong for us? Boreham would have made it 2-0. Scunthorpe looks like they will lose again. Not being a great National League season for them so far. Do I think Nottingham will win? I don't know. By the sounds of it sounds like Bournemouth are more likely now. But if Forest managed to sneak something there, it wouldn't surprise me otherwise. But if Forest lose this or don't win this, I would be quite worried for Nottingham Forest, honestly. Wolves 1, Southampton 0 apparently. Halifax have equalised against Maidenhead. Any more goals going through? Thankfully, there's not been too many goals going through the EFL. It's just so I can have my time to react, honestly. Now, they're talking about Ipswich now. What's going on? Well, they're just talking about it just being held at Accrington Stanley, really. Nothing for me to really listen now. There is a goal at the Peninsula Stadium. 2-2 now between Salford and Crawley. Salford will be dropping points again by the looks of things there. Crawley will close the gap onto Colchester, therefore. Only 1 point behind Colchester now there. Grimsby have scored against Newport. Newly promoted Grimsby taking the lead against Newport. Newport not having a great start. Grimsby doing all right for their start of the season, and with this win they'll be up to 10th place. So Grimsby doing okay so far. Oxford have scored again against Burton. It's really troubling times for Burton. Only 1 point, and they picked up in their opening 7 games. Cole Joseph, former Wigan player, I believe, or Swansea player. I think it was Swansea or Wigan. I think maybe both actually. Cole Joseph getting the goal for Oxford, making it 2-0, but Burton in deep trouble. Stevenage have taken a 2-1 lead against Crewe. That's an eye-catching result for League 2. If I can find it, it is Jamie Reid, who scores again. 2 goals for Jamie Reid. I can't bear to look at the Prem now. But yeah, it's been pretty quiet, I've got to say, in the Championship. As I say that, Blackburn scored. Okay, well, that's genius timing if I've ever seen it. Sometimes getting too many players in one window can be bad. Forest can be similar to Fulham. Yeah, it does look that way. And you know what? People have really been calling me negative for calling that out. I'm just like, well, we've seen evidence of this before. But the problem is, their excuse is they needed a whole squad. But they lost, like, I think it was 11 players, right? They lost. They got 21 in. So, if they got 15 players in, then fair enough. But they got 20. So can they blame us for thinking that's just too much? Tyree Stolen has scored for Blackburn, by the way. Sutton have now taken the lead against... there's a big goal at Frampton Park, by the way. But Sutton have now taken the lead against Harrogate now. Where is it? There it is. And it is Kuyasi with a goal. But the goal I wanted to show you now is Dane Scarlett getting his second in the game. And this would most definitely put Portsmouth at the top of League One. 17 points, I should say. 17 points they find themselves with now. Ipswich still second with 15 points. They will be joint top with Portsmouth if they can find a win against Accrington. Fleetwood have equalised against Fleetwood, and it's their former player, Admiral Misquay, who has scored against Wycombe as well. Oh, that's going to be a heartbreaking one for Wycombe Wanderers there. They're talking about Dane Scarlett now. That's a good pun, says Blue Terrier. March giving his marching orders. I've got to say, that's quite a clever one there. Need to update the scores because I've been on Sofa Scores so much. Right, so Brentford are now 3-1 up. Chelsea are 1-0 down to West Ham. Forest and Bournemouth are now 2-2. Wolves are still 1-0 there. It's now 2-1 to Bristol City. Still 1-0 in that one there. 1-0 Millwall. Norwich 2-0 up against Coventry. Still 1-0 Birmingham there. Still 1-1 in Rotherham and Watford. And still 1-0 to Swansea QPR. Goodness me, Charlie's not happy with this, and I wouldn't blame him. It's looking like another good performance at times, but I don't get it. I don't want to look at Twitter. Why am I looking at Twitter right now? They're calling for Thomas Tuchel out, which I'm now understanding, and he does need to be held accountable. Not fully, but he does need to be held partly accountable for this at the moment. Forest bottle, says Blue Terrier. Well, yes, so far, yes, they have indeed bottled this. But right now, it's looking more like Bournemouth that are more likely to get a win here. And that'll be a crucial win for Bournemouth there. And if they do win, that will put Forest in a really precarious position. Really precarious. It will be just above the bottom three, I believe. Forest will be in 17th. Forest need to win this or they are toast in the Premier League. I said that right at the start of the stream. Forest really need to win this. It's a must win. Oh, Bristol City, why do you have to... Well, I predicted 2-1, which was the score I predicted for Blackburn and Bristol City. Bristol City have scored. It's 3-1, so there goes my 3 points. But it does look like I've got 1 point secured. Naki Wells scoring for Bristol City But what a performance this has turned out to be. Third place. Let's say this again. Bristol City, third place in the championship. Harrogate are down to 10 men, which is other news in League 2. Don't know why it's not shown yet. Mansfield are now 3-1 up against Doncaster. Things are going heavily wrong there. By the way, England women, I've just kicked off against Austria women, which I believe, yeah, it's not. Oh, wait, hang on. We made a goal, I think, at St James's Park. Oh, no, it's Stamford Bridge. I clearly can't decipher Darren Bent's voice to to Lee Hendry. We've got an equalising goal, apparently. Come on. So Ben Chilwell has just gone onto the pitch. Barnsley have scored again, by the way. It is Chilwell who scores. So he just brought him on and he's just scored as he's come on. It's Ben Chilwell making it 1-1. It's a must-win, I would still say. We've got 14 minutes now, Chelsea, to salvage this. I wouldn't be convinced still with this performance, but I really, really want to win right now. You know, right now, if we are being dominant on the ball and still conceding silly goals, you know, this needs to be ironed out as soon as possible. But Barnsley looking like that they've got a very comfy win against Sheffield Wednesday. Not a good showing for Sheffield Wednesday. James Norwood, who's just been on the pitch actually, has immediately scored to make it 2-0. Connell getting the assist. What an impact he has shown. And Bolton look like they will take all 3 points against Charlton at the University of Bolton Stadium. I don't know who scored. Solly Holmors has made it 4-1 against Altrincham. Alex Reid with that goal. Oh my God, what a moment. So we were 2-0 up for Derby. Was it XYZ who said that Derby looked really good now? It looks like that Plymouth have completed a comeback. So Bolton's goal has gone to George Johnston, by the way. Is it now 2-2 between Derby and Plymouth? Moment of truth. It's 2-1 apparently now between Oxford and Burton. It is Victor Adebayo with that goal to make it 2-1, who has been heavily linked for quite a few championship clubs actually. Right, it has to be 2-2. Who has scored? It's Sam Cosgrove who has scored for Plymouth. Wow. Incredible. So that'll be away limbs for sure. Derby, who were third in the table. I don't want to do this to you, Derby fans, but I'll refresh it. And that has dropped Derby from third to 7th place. That is devastating for Derby to have a 2-goal lead and to then concede like that. They've done a Nottingham Forest derby. I tell you what, it's the East Midlands clubs. It's in their nature to go 2-0 up and to concede 2 second-half goals. God. Right, so 1-1 with Chelsea there. 2-2 still. I tell you what, both East Midlands teams just going 2-0 up and conceding 2 goals. They really are a mirror image at times. For the Championship, no other goals have come in. Luton, please score. If Luton score, that'll be 3 points of the prediction league, and that'll be really good for me. And Watford, right? I pretty much need Luton and Watford to score, and that will be a pretty good round for prediction points. I've also lost my prediction for Blackburn Bristol City. I just need to hope that Millwall stays 1-0. Well, I wouldn't mind if it stays 1-0, but yeah, obviously now knowing that, I kind of want it to be 2-0 Millwall, really. 2-1 is what I predicted in that game. Right, we've got a second goal at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is 2-0 to Spurs. Harry Kane, of course, he has scored to make it 1-1. 2-0, sorry. What am I saying? It's 2-0 Spurs, and following this, I believe Spurs are now second. Look at that. The North London clubs will be partying right now. Both of them respectively are first and second. VAR checking it. Oh, for goodness sake. VAR's checking every bloody goal. Is he offside? Oh, great. I don't even know anymore. I can't even be bothered to even listen to VAR anymore. It's still 1-0 Birmingham. It does look like Preston are going to lose their first game of football now. Right, it's onside. It is 2-0 Spurs. Can't remember what I predicted for any game except the Birmingham game. Well, we'll find out at a later time. Notts County smashing Dagenham and Redbridge by 5-0. Yeah, I've just saw that, Jack, as your comment went through. Right, I'm going to do the scary. How we're doing against Havant and Waterlooville. It's still 3-3 between Chelmsford and Havant and Waterlooville. Oh, a goal! A goal at Wham Stadium. Oh my God. So the stat was, if Ipswich win, it's their best start in over 34 years. Well, Connor Chaplin has just listened to that, and this will put Ipswich joint top of the table. So they're not top at the moment because their goal difference is 7. No, I can't do maths. 9. And Portsmouth's goal difference is also 9. So they're joint top of the table. Wrexham has scored a 5th against Dorking. Elliot Lee with the goal to make it 5-0 Wrexham. Ipswich now joint top with Portsmouth. A 4-point gap from Sheffield Wednesday. That is, I mean, I tell you what, Portsmouth and Ipswich, you've got a really good start. You've really got to hope that you can, for your sake, that you can keep it. Fifth goal at the G-Tech Community Stadium. Charlie, did you say 3-3? Well, you're 1 goal away. 79th minute, Mark Roker makes it 3-2. It could maybe. Oh. Okay. If it is 4-2, then I'm really sorry. Is it going to count? Apparently this goal won't count. So the flag's gone up for offside, but why is it still 4-2? So the score, I'm trying to troll with you, Charlie, now. He is offside. No goal for Brentford. Still 3-2. Oh, great. Well, that's my prediction league ruined this day. So we're going to be equalised in this game. It's, who scored? I don't know who scored. Tom Lockyer with a known goal. It looks like it's another draw for Wigan. I should have thought about that. Wigan just been drawing so many games. It's going to be their 5th draw. Norwich have made it 3-0. If Coventry score, that'll be 3 points because I predicted 3-1 in this game. Kieran Dow has scored for Norwich to make it 3-0. I mean, it's looking very comfortable for them. 4 wins in a row, but Coventry, 3 defeats in a row. It's not looking good for their start to the season at all. God, yeah, 5 draws for Wigan. My prediction league is in. My prediction league is in shatters. He said 3-0 Norwich. Oh, great. I've been completely screwed over with my predictions. Great. I can't be bothered. Right, let's change this updated scoring. 3-2. 1-1 for Chelsea and West Ham. It's now 2-0 Spurs. It's now 3-1 to Bristol City. And Luton 1-1 there. Norwich are now 3-0 up. And, yeah, that's all the goals. Carlisle have made it 3-3 between them and Rochdale. Rochdale looking like they're still going to have to wait for their first 3 points of the season. And they're honestly giving Colchester a massive favour here. Okay, so the goal has been given. Well, okay, so how can I explain this? So basically, it was a head-to-head battle between Robin Koch and Ivan Toney. Had it come off Ivan Toney, it would have been offside and no goal. But VAR has looked at it back and has said Robin Koch got the touch rather than Ivan Toney. So therefore, it's gone to the path of Brian Mbeumo. And because the pass back, the pass that led to that moment was from a Leeds player rather than the offside Toney, goal has been given. So Brentford are now 4-2 up against Leeds. Oh dear. Well, 6 goals. Very entertaining game. That's all I'd say. Very entertaining game, but not good news for Charlie. It is 4-2. So the goal I said was disallowed was actually given. It was actually given. Just very, very... Wow. Oh, it looks like everyone's predicted. I need Luton and Coventry to get a goal in the last 10 minutes. I need Coventry to score. I really need Coventry and Watford to score, like, right now. Because I've got 0-3 points in this. Oh, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered with the Prediction League, honestly. Chelsea have pissed me off. The predictions have pissed me off. Everything has pissed me off today. Next thing I need is Haverton Waterlooville to score their 4th goal against Chelmsford. Which, from what I know, has not happened. But I will be keeping an eye on it. I can't... It's just... I don't even know what to say. You've lost money. Oh, no. That's why I don't bear. That's why I don't bear. You know, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I did. Charlie needs a Swansea and a Wigan goal. You've got enough points, Charlie. You've got 2 correct scores so far. Don't you think you've got enough so far? I would take 6 points right now. I'm not going to get anywhere near it. So how many points have I got so far? I've got 1 for Blackburn Bristol City, none for Luton Wigan, 1 for Millwall Cardiff, 1 for Norwich Coventry, 0 for Preston Birmingham, 0 for Rotherham Watford, and 3 bloody points. Oh my God! Last 9-ish minutes, getting nervous now. Yeah, I probably would be in that position as well. Southend have got 1 back against Torquay, 2-1 now. Bristol Rovers have equalised against Morecambe, so it does look like Morecambe will still be waiting for their first win of the season. It's been a devastating start for Morecambe there. Bristol Rovers managing to get something there. Bobby Thomas, 80th minute. Morecambe down in 22nd place. Not having a great start to the season at all. Mitrovic on the score sheet again makes it 2-1. Now, I predicted 2-1 for the Premier League Prediction League at least, but that's like the only positive I can slightly give for this. Literally. I think I predicted 2-2 so for Chelsea West Ham, so I tend to get 1 point there. But Mitrovic, that's 6 goals in 6, and I've got to say, Mitrovic has probably been one of the biggest surprises so far this season, in a good way. Oh my God, okay, please. Please, 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 please. Please. Sofa score, don't you dare. Leyton Orient have made it 2-0 against Tranmere. Right, moment of truth. Come on. Paul Smith scores for Leyton Orient. Please. Yeah, they're going to go to Chelsea West Ham. Please. Yes, please, 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 come on. Come on, come on, we're 2-1 up. It looks like it's Kai Havertz who scored. It's Kai Havertz who's been dropped in this game. He's been brought on, and he's now provided the difference. 88th minute, 2-1 up. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. Slight positive with my really crappy Prediction League standing so far. Chelsea might make it better for me. I need Chelsea to get a second for 3 points, and I need Spurs to get a third. God, I've not even calculated my Premier League points so far. I can't be bothered. I cannot be bothered. I'm done. Sign me off, end the stream, go on, bye bye. You've done all that hard work. All that hard work to get ahead. 1 bloody minute. And you give Maxwell Cornet the win. Oh my God. Bournemouth have just completely turned it around. Forest, I think, are going down. Wigan have completely turned it around against Luton. You couldn't last 1.5 minutes winning this game to then give Maxwell Cornet that. I can't believe this. Did you predict 2-1 Wigan as well? Of course you did, didn't you? I hate football. Right, oh my gosh, right. They're VARing it. What are they VARing? The goal might be disallowed for West Ham. I have no idea why. Plymouth have now completely turned it around against Derby. We're getting many comebacks here today. I don't know what's going on at Stamford Bridge now. So yeah, Wigan have taken the lead now. Video Asgard with a goal. Apparently really poor defending by Luton to concede that. Watford, can you please score? Millwall 2-0. Oh my God. Oh my God. They've disallowed it. Oh my God. I can't. I'm so confused. Oh wait, Ipswich are going top of League One because they're now 2-0 up against Accrington here. I can't be bothered. They keep screaming. Everyone just, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. Bournemouth have completely turned it around. Let's catch up with that. Jayden Anthony, who I said I wanted to see more of. He's now scored the winner by the looks of things for Bournemouth there. Staying 4-2 there. Apparently Fulham, I think, nearly equalised there. I think that's what the screen was about. Oh my God. Well, there's a 5th goal. Blackburn making things very interesting there. 3-2, Ben Brereton Diaz. Making it 3-2 to Bristol City now. My God, that's going to be a cracking game. I should have predicted 3-2 as well. I nearly did. Millwall scored to make it 2-0, but I really want one for Cardiff because I said 2-1. I didn't say 2-0. Oh my God. Coventry, Cardiff and Watford, if all 3 of them score, that's 9 points in the prediction league. I can guarantee you none of those 3 will score. Well, Charlie's laughing, but he won't be laughing when I tell you the score at the G-Tech Community Stadium. It's now 5-2. It's 5-2 to Brentford. It is Johan Wissa in the 91st minute, and it's looking, as terms of scorelines go, it's a very poor day for Brentford. It does look like Fulham have wrapped up 3 points, and I've just realised that is, in quick succession, I had 2 correct scores in Chelsea 2, West Ham 2, and Spurs 2, West Ham, Fulham 1, and somehow both of them are now no longer there. I've had a complete cock-up with my predictions today. It's 3-1. I don't know who scored it, but it is 3-1 Spurs, and it looks like they will be taking all 3 points in this game. Chelsea, with this win so far, are currently 5th. Forest are now 18th. Oh God, I didn't think they'd fall this though. Richarlison scores for Spurs to make it 3-1. Forest, if it continues like this, they will be in 18th, and I think they will be in danger of going down. Forest there. They're VARing again. I can't be bothered with VAR. Honestly, VAR has made me laugh, love it, hate it. I can't be bothered, honestly. Oh, Coventry, Watford, and bloody Cardiff, please score. Honestly. This isn't fair, why can't we defend? Well, God's sake, Mills, said James. Yeah, I'm fuming. I am absolutely fuming. I need 3 goals going. Plymouth have completely turned it around, by the way, and have now beaten Derby by 3 goals to 2. So fair play to Plymouth there. They've done incredibly well to get a 3-2 win. Cosgrove with 2 goals. Plymouth 4th. Derby fall down to 7th. Blackburn, Bristol City has ended 3-2 full time. Well, that's Coventry done. So Coventry have lost 3-0, not 3-1. So that's only 1 point in the prediction league. Right, I still have faith in Watford and Cardiff to get a late goal. Come on, Watford. You scored a last minute goal to screw my predictions last time. Can you score a goal to actually do well with my predictions for once? Please. Right, so it's still 3-2 to Bournemouth there. The goal was disallowed. Richardson's goal has been disallowed for Spurs, by the way. It's still 3-2. Hashman says screw Forest. God, that's not great. Solihull has lost. I've won. Sorry, they've won 5-1. Alex Reid, the hero, a hat trick for them. Swansea have beaten QPR by 1-0. Some pressure lifted off with Swansea right now. So they're now 17th with their 2nd win of the season now. Goodness me, I'm definitely going to have a stroke of luck if Chelsea somehow hold a win there. 1-1 and still 2-1. 2-0 there. Come on. Can even just one of you of Watford and Cardiff just score 1 goal? That's all I want, please. That's all I want. I don't want to hear Darren Bent talk about, because he was very upset with the goal being disallowed. I'm like, I probably would be, but I don't care. I'm a Chelsea fan. I really wanted it disallowed. Cheltenham have equalised late on against Port Vale. Charlie Brown, funny that, in the 92nd minute, and has closed the gap to Lincoln City by 2 points. God, what a poor start MK Dons have had, by the way. Let's just look at that. Ipswich, I did say it, they are now top of League One. Following for that, they're currently beating Accrington 2-0. Speaking of 2-0, Millwall Cardiff has ended 2-0. Watford, for the love of God, please score a late goal. Bournemouth have held on. Bournemouth have beaten Nottingham Forest. What a result that is for Gary O'Neill. That is an incredible result for Bournemouth. It will definitely give them a little bit of space. I mean, going into this game, Bournemouth was 17th in the table. Now that Bournemouth have picked up 2 wins, Bournemouth are now up to 13th in the table. Late goal to JobServe Community Stadium. Colchester have snuck a draw. Barely Lubala scores to make it 1-1, and Chelsea have held on for 3 points against West Ham, although I have no idea how he did that. Honestly, I have no idea how he held on there. 1-1, Colchester salvaged a point, so we'll be on 5 points now. And we'll actually rise up the table to 21st, actually. To 20th, actually. I dare say that, because Hartlepool have now fallen back to 23rd. David Moore is complaining about the decision of the disallowed goal, which I don't blame him for, to be honest. And at the moment, oh please, come on. Rotherham, Watford and Preston Birmingham still playing. Portsmouth have beaten Peterborough. Great result for the team in Fratton Park right now. Spurs and Fulham still playing. I forgot. Yeah, Spurs Fulham. If Fulham could get a late equaliser here, that would be an incredible result. What's chat saying? Plymouth and Derby. Yeah, what a result that is. Sam Cosgrove with 2 second half goals to completely turn it around for Plymouth as well. Charlie Brown scored, says Charlie, and I swear to God, we're losing 4-3, aren't we? Because I just received a tweet from Chelmsford City. Load! Come on! We've lost. Yeah, we've lost. Why can't we defend for the life of us? Pryor scores the winner. there's no disrespect losing to having a Waterlooville is one thing I'll say about that. But how on earth, just how on earth, just how can we concede 4 goals like that? Yeah, thanks guys. I'm already feeling very good about myself with my predictions there. That's just something to make me feel better. Literally, one thing I'll celebrate more if Watford score right now, and they're not doing it right. Preston has ended 0-1. It is full time in that game. Preston have lost their first game of the season. Birmingham, with a very crucial win, sees them up to 20th place now on the table. We're only waiting for Rotherham and Watford. It looks like it's going to end 1-1, and I'm going to miss out on some points again. It's ended 2-1 to Spurs, and it has ended 5-2 to Brentford. All the Premier League games have finished for full time. We're waiting for only one more full time in the Championship. Ipswich have beaten Accrington by 2-0. Great result actually for Ipswich there to pick up an away point. 3 away points. In fact, they've had a 100% away record so far, Ipswich actually, so they've done really well. Carlisle, Rochdale still playing 3-3. Not many games left at all. In fact, there's very few games that are still playing right now. Fleetwood Wickham now full-time 1-1. Only one more Championship game. Gillingham and Swindon has ended 0-0 now. Only one more League 2 game being played. I think all of League 1's finished. All of League 1 has finished now. Wolverhampton and Watford still playing. So we've only got 2 games left to wait, and that will be the 3 p.m. kickoffs done. Jack is really celebrating that win against Preston. Buzz off Brentford, said Charlie. You win some, you lose some. That's all I'll say. Why? I don't know why they're still playing at the New York Stadium. I just kind of want it to end now, honestly. Right, they're now doing the official results. Salford and Crawley have officially drawn 2-2, by the way. They're still playing there. Why is it not full-time yet? I have a feeling it is full-time, but they've just not shown it to me. 12 shots, and you've not scored more than 1 goal. I'm gutted. I'm honestly, I'm so gutted. 6 points for the Championship and 4 for the Premier League. Honestly, I've not even got 3 points. How many have I got? So, the Championship, I've got... Well, if we're including yesterday... Well, we've got 3, but let's not include yesterday. 0 for Preston Birmingham, 1 for Millwall Cardiff, 0 for Luton Wigan, 1 for Blackburn Bristol City, 0 for Swansea QPR, 0 for Rotherham Watford, and 1 for Norwich Coventry. Only 3 points, and I'm gutted about that, to be honest. But yeah, Rotherham and Watford are still playing. I don't know why. There must have been a huge injury or something. Amount of injury time they've just played through there. And they're still playing between Forest Green and Shrewsbury, but it does look like that Forest Green and Shrewsbury is going to end like that. Carlisle and Rochdale have ended 3-3. It's still a winless start for Rochdale. Rock bottom of League 2. I can't even get my words out now. So only 2 more games to wait for full time. It is Forest Green and Shrewsbury in League 1. In fact, Newport Grimsby apparently wasn't full time, but apparently it was to surface score. And Rotherham and Watford we're also still waiting for as well. As soon as those games are full time, I think we'll do it. Oh, you included yesterday? Yeah, so if I actually include yesterday, I've got 6 points as well, actually. Give us a sue. I'll do a sue for Chelsea winning and Colchester sneaking a point and Ipswich winning. But Chelmsford have lost devastatingly. Watford and Rotherham have devastatingly drew as well. So that's 3 points has just gone as well. Coniston says, wow, Bournemouth. Yeah. Nah, Brentford won 5-2, unfortunately. Had Tony in my FPL, which makes it more painful. It's worse if you had him on your bench, which is probably something that I would do. And yeah, Forest Green Shrewsbury has ended 2-0. Right. That is all of the games full time. Let's now go to the tables. North London teams rocking the tables at the moment. First and second. Man City third. Brighton fourth. Chelsea up to 5th now following this win, although we were very bloody lucky to get it. Liverpool, Brentford, and Man United just behind, with Leeds 9th and Fulham 10th in the table and around the mid-table position. Newcastle, again, no win for them. They find themselves 11th with, in fact, no, there's some change. So Bournemouth up to 11th? What? Okay. Okay, so they clearly didn't calculate this, right? Bournemouth with 2 wins are up to 11th. Brentford down to 12th. That makes no sense to me. Although, yeah, Brentford only did win 1 game, which was against Man United. Now they've got their second win against Leeds now. Leeds down to 8th. Crystal Palace 14th. Wolves have gone up a couple of places, up to 15th now. West Ham 17th, but Forest now 18th place, having played 6 games. Aston Villa and Leicester play tomorrow, but look at Leicester here. 1 point, and they're 3 points off safety as well. It's not looking great for Leicester so far. Let's see the updated table now. It really should be up to date now. Norwich up top with Sheffield United. Bristol City rising a couple of places. Fair play to Bristol City. They have had an incredible start to the season here. What am I saying? Aston Villa are playing literally very soon. They're playing against Manchester City. They're playing today, not tomorrow. Burnley are 4th, Watford 5th, and Blackburn still 6th despite narrowly losing out 3-2. Reading 7th with Sunderland 8th, and Sunderland do have a game in hand, and so do Reading actually, so they can both return to the top 6. QPR with this defeat fall down to 9th. Preston still in 10th. Hull with a game in hand just behind Preston in 11th. Rotherham with another point up to 12th. 10 points for Rotherham already this season, which is really good for them. Millwall, who were down in 19th, up to 13th now with that 2-0 win. Wigan now up to 14th with their second win of the season. Fair play for them there. West Brom up there. Luton down to 16th. Swansea rise a couple of places. Blackpool fall down. Stoke 19th, but they do have a game in hand. 20th place find Birmingham with their rare win, their first away win of the season against Preston. Cardiff 21st now, looking very precarious for them. Middlesbrough 22nd with 7 games played. Huddersfield 23rd, and Coventry 7 points off safety with 3 games in hand. Not great for Coventry at all. League One, looks like this. So Ipswich now top for the first time with Portsmouth joint top on 17 points. Plymouth with that with that turnaround have actually closed the gap a little bit on the leaders now on 15 points. Sheffield Wednesday a 4-point gap between the top 2 now, with Cambridge right up there as well, and Peterborough dropped down to 6th place in the table. Yeah, that's still up to date. Exeter just outside the top 6 alongside with Bolton and Derby, who were 3rd place at one stage, but due to Plymouth getting their 3-goal comeback, have swapped places with them entirely. Barnsley now up to 10th with a great win over Sheffield Wednesday. Oxford up to 11 with Charlton mid-table, Shrewsbury with a good win. Wickham, they draw again. Fleetwood with another draw, the master of draws at the moment. 5 draws in a row, in fact, for Fleetwood there. Bristol Rovers on 16th, Port Vale 17th, Accrington with a defeat down to 18th. MK Dons struggling, and so are Lincoln, but the bottom 4 looks like this with Cheltenham, Morecambe, Forest Green, and Burton Albion. Finally, for League 2, it should be up to date because there's no other games being played. Leyton Orient leading the way with 19 points, nearly a flawless run, 6 wins and 1 draw. Stevenage are 2nd place, 16th. I didn't expect to see Stevenage up there. Barrow up there with Salford, Northampton, Doncaster, and Mansfield getting the last playoff place. Bradford just behind with Crewe and Sutton in touching distance as well. Carlisle, Walsall doing all right in around mid-table. Grimsby with 11 are 14th. What's going on here? Grimsby should be higher than this. They need to fix the table and readjust Grimsby a bit. Wimbledon are around there. Newport, Tranmere, Stockport have now improved. 7 points in 7 games now. Harrogate down there. Gillingham struggling a bit. Hartlepool with... That's not right. Have Hartlepool won? I don't think Hartlepool have won. Colchester with a draw. No, they have drawn, both of them. Is that up to date? I personally didn't remember Hartlepool winning a game, but maybe I'm wrong. But there's Darwin at Bradford there, then Crawley and Rochdale in the bottom 2. If Hartlepool did win, I can't remember who they got it against. Wait, that's Harrogate in the Football League Trophy. No, that's not right. Surely. So they lost to 4-0 there. Right, well, SofaScore can't do maths, clearly. They've not calculated Hartlepool's points correctly there. Those Millers, 36 possessions, says Jack there. The Leeds game was just a terrible nightmare. It feels that way. We both took losses today. Yeah, we did. We're not 18th in our usual spot yet. Well, yeah, we're not far away now. 13th place. Yeah, I know. Barnsley beat Wednesday at Hillsborough. Yeah, great performance for Barnsley there to get that win. Devante Cole getting one of the goals there. Really thought Forest play well in their first 2 home games. Yeah, but right now it looks like a disjointed team. I think, was it James who said you think Leicester could go down? If Leicester don't get out of the bottom 3 by the World Cup, then I think they're in trouble. I think the break for the World Cup is really crucial this year. If you're in the bottom 3 and you've got a big break in football and you've got to almost have your head switched on elsewhere for World Cup football, it will make it more difficult to start again going back into the Premier League, honestly. So for me, I'd hate to be a team in the bottom 3 with a World Cup break, because mentally I think that will not do the teams any favour. Gosh, Celtic have got a 5-point gap to Rangers, by the way. I'm taking the mick of someone saying can't wait for Leicester away next season there. The league table was wrong. I don't think they included the Colchester late goal. They did actually include Colchester's point, but they didn't calculate Hartlepool dropping a place. Yeah. Well, for a start, Grimsby should be higher. I think have they fixed Grimsby now? Right, Grimsby have at least been fixed, but Hartlepool definitely have not won a game. So Hartlepool needs to go down to they need to be in 23rd, Hartlepool, I think, or 22nd. Basically, they need to swap them around, pretty much. And yeah, Colchester should be on 5 points, but Hartlepool shouldn't be on 5 because they've not won. So that's the issue. So yeah, SofaScore have not done a League 2 table right, but the other tables look spot on. And I think that is all I need to say. The League 2 yeah, I already read that there. Can Forest go down? I'm about 80% sure that Forest will go down now. That's probably shocking for me to say at this early stage, but I've not backed them even like when they've been doing all right at the start of the season. You know, I've not liked what I've seen from Forest. They've been my biggest disappointment so far, Nottingham Forest, I've got to be honest. That actually rhymed there somehow. But yeah, they have been quite disappointing for us, and I think if they don't get a good form and they are in the bottom 3 going into the World Cup, I think they will go down. England women have taken the lead, by the way. Rosso scored a very early goal for England women, by the way. Be very apologetic for not keeping tracks on that, but that is what's going on in that game. Right, I've updated the games, so we'll read through all the results for the Premier League and League Championship, sorry. And that will be it. That'll all be all I need to say. I'm stressed now, says Charlie there. Well, I'm just naturally stressed all the time there, so we can relate. Right, results of the Premier League are as follows. The early game ended 0-0 between Everton and Liverpool. Everton would feel they should have got something in that game. The other results are as follows. Brentford 5, Leeds 2, Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. Newcastle 0, Crystal Palace 0. Nottingham Forest 2, Bournemouth 3. Tottenham Hotspurs 2, Fulham 1. Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Southampton 0. Championship fixtures are as follows. Blackburn Rovers 2, Bristol City 3. Luton Town 1, Wigan Athletic 2. Millwall 2, Cardiff 0. Norwich 3, Coventry City 0. Preston North End 0, Birmingham 1. Rotherham 1, Watford 1. And Swansea City 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0. That is going to wrap it up for this 3 p.m. stream for today. If you guys liked what you see, please give the video a like. In fact, before I do the outro, one tiny thing I'll do is preview the lineups for Aston Villa Man City to get you guys excited, because they kick off in 70 minutes time. Aston Villa have gone for Martinez, Digne, Mings, Konsa, Cash with Ramsey, Boubacar Kamara, John McGinn, Douglas Luiz, Leon Bailey and Ollie Watkins. Man City have gone for Ederson, João Cancelo, Diaz, Stones, Kyle Walker, Gundogan, Rodri, Foden, De Bruyne, Silva and Erling Haaland. I didn't show capture, didn't I? Gray, come on. Right, so here's the teams again. Martinez, Digne, Mings, Conser, Cash, Ramsey, Boubacar Kamara, John McGinn, Douglas Luiz, Leon Bailey and Ollie Watkins. Man City team involves Ederson, Jean Cancelo, Ruben Diaz, John Stones, Kyle Walker, Ilkay Gundogan, Rodri, Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, and Erling Braut Haaland. Those are the two teams. They'll be playing a little bit later on today. Okay, that will wrap it up for today's stream. Therefore, if you guys did enjoy it, please give the stream a like. It does try to help the growth of this channel. How did we do with likes? Just to let you guys know, we hit 18. Yeah, wasn't a great stream really, but I don't know. What can I say? We got 18 likes, so thank you guys so much anyway for all of you that were here. So thank you so much for that. In terms as subscribers go, we have not changed our place. We're on 1384. We started it and we've stayed on 1384. So there was no change going into this stream pretty much, but it happens. Sometimes we have that. Thank you guys anyway for watching. Please, if you've not done so, like the stream, it does really help. Please hit the subscribe button if you've not done so. It does really help the growth of this channel as well. And please also share the channel too, because that does really help the growth of this channel too. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary. It's the end of the stream. And as always, I'll see you guys soon. Maybe tomorrow for watch along. I'll have to find out if you guys want to see me watch Reading and Stoke. So I'll find out soon. I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day, and hopefully Aston Villa and Man City will give us a good game. Take care, everyone.